Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of MNW Firing Line. I am your host, Joe Mojo, once again riding solo on this one, as Robbie Slick is taking care of some personal business. But hey, that does not mean the fun has to stop here, so, oh man, it has been a crazy week so far, and MNW is picking up so much. We are doing so. My tongue is a little tied right now, but yeah, we have the C101 at the halfway point as of this current moment, as well as the Doomsday Trios tournament rounding up its first set of matches. But hey, let's go on and get right into it. And oh man, as I said, this has been a freaking trip and a half. But we are going to go ahead and get started with the Flashbang side of things. Flashbang being back to its normal time on Fridays. And we are getting started with Jack Andrews, the Black Prince of Wales, going up against Devin of Shoot Nation, one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions. And I'm not going to lie, I actually kind of had Devin coming in on this one. Yeah, Jack Andrews is sitting at the top as of now, but that does not mean that Devin can't spoil him and try and gain some points himself. Excuse me. But anyway. Yeah, nice little suplex there nice little suplex there from Devin, from the Black Prince there. And just working at the leg of Devin. Yeah, I believe that as of current here, Jack Andrews has 7 points. And Devin is unfortunately at 2. Now, it's still mathematically possible for Devin to get into, to win the entire tournament. But unfortunately, it's not going to be as he's going to have a rough time, a rough go of it, because he has a lot of contenders. He's got a lot of contenders kind of ahead of him. I mean, Kusa, let's see here. Yeah, he at this point he has Zerikis, Kuso, Macabre, just about everybody in his kind of going against him. A lot of people on top would have to lose. So Gemini, Semjex, Graven, Vicious would all have to lose their bouts tonight. Luckily enough, all these people do have matches against other people, so it could be in his favor. But the Black Prince of Wales is showing us why he was called the Black Prince. I mean, why he was the one to save the British wrestling scenes in the British indie wrestling scene. And just talking to Devin, pretty much telling him to stay down, dragging him into the middle of the ring. We're just working on the ribs, though. Jeez. First the legs, then the ribs. And folding up that arm. Oh, look at this. Just bending back. Nice little arm breaker there. I know a lot of people didn't really have Jack Andrews in the forefront, but at this point, this is round 5 of Block B. We are in a position where, and Andrews isn't at the top. He is solo. He is the only one at the top. Has not lost a match this entire tournament. He has a few wins and he has 1 draw, but that's about it. Ooh, nice little side effect there. And he's feeling like this could be the change of momentum that Devin needs to finish this match. Elbow strikes after elbow strikes. And a big clothesline. So I'm actually kind of curious, what this, with this being the halfway point of Block B, I'm kind of curious what the tag team situation is going to be like on Warzone. But we can kind of get to that in the future because we do. I mean, for those who have probably forgotten, remember that the Time Bandits of House Caliban are in line for Kuso and the Madnesses Tag Team Championships once this wraps up. And if Kuso or Madness are able to get that World Heavyweight title shot, then yeah, that would. I mean, I think that would kind of hamper that potential matchup. A nice little leg lariat there from Devin. And match is going about match has been going about 6 minutes. Kick to the back, getting right back up, whipping him into the corner. Man, I actually kind of care. Like, I actually would love to see Andrews get a chance to go for a title. He hasn't really had much. He's had qualifying matches, but he hasn't really had much in the terms of actual title matches. If he wins this could be a freaking hot. This could be a skyrocket shoot for him. Ooh, just working him in the corner though, head blow after head blow. Oh, just scraping the bottom of his. Oh my god. And now the Black Prince is busted open. God, Devin must have tried to soften the skin up a bit just by working the freaking heel against his forehead there a little bit ago. Kick out right at 2.
Devin asking himself, what am I going to have to do? He's got a couple more tricks in the bag, I'm sure. And now he's taking a moment to catch his breath.
Here's an aspect of Devin that a lot of people don't really like to talk about. He actually, despite his poor record, he actually does, when him and Abbott are together. Oh, here we go, STF. Is this what's going to make the Black Prince tap? No, he gets right out of it. It's a post for the crowd and going for a cover. Kicking right out of 2. Ooh, big drop kick. So he elevates himself a bit more than normal when it comes to those things.
Now back to his feet. To the corner we go, and we've seen this before. Andrews.
And just whipping him into the corner. Looks like he's turning him around, and then Devin completely counters. But yeah, like I was trying to say before, Devin and Abbott are very intelligent as a duo. Oh, looks like he's trying to go for that elevated shoot cutter. Shoot cutter right off the top rope. Going for a cover 2. Kicking out at 2. What is the Black Prince made out of? Ladies and gentlemen, that has been a kill shot for a lot of Devin's opponents. Outside of the C101 and inside of it as well. I believe that's how he got the win over Kuso. Actually, no. Kuso has not. Kuso and Devin fought to a draw. But yeah, anytime he brought that out during any kind of show, any of the 8-man tag, as well as outside, I mean, hell, I think that's how he won the tag team championships. I could be wrong about that. Oh God, top rope Samoan drop. Jeez, Jack. Oh, looks like he's going for a surfboard stretch here. Positioning him up into this, making him look at the lights and into a dragon sleeper. And Devin taps out. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still undefeated in the C101 Block B, Jack Andrews. So yeah, Jack is sitting very pretty at the top at 9 points. It's still possible for him to kind of have a downfall going into the next 4 matches, going into the next 4 rounds. But he is sitting at a very good position. The only other person as of current that is able to catch him is Gemini, Semjax, Graven, or Vicious. But even then, that is a 4-point deficit, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, Andrews has a really good position right now. And it is going to take a lot to get... And, I mean, I'm not going to lie. This has probably got into a bunch of people's heads. But yeah, overall, the match was fantastic. Once Flashbang is up on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend going back and watching that. But we still have a whole lot more show to go through. And our next match is the Chocolate Zombie Graven going up against the good boy, the Sentai hero, your interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser. And Brawl Kaiser's currently sitting at 3, whereas Graven is sitting at 5, and then immediately getting into a float over DDT. Graven is not wasting any time. He knows if he loses here, the deficit will just grow further and further away from Jack Andrews. So yeah, Graven trying to put away Brawl Kaiser almost immediately. But Brawl Kaiser, I mean, he's in it to win it still. I mean, if Brawl Kaiser wins, he and Graven are tied for second. But if Graven wins, he is alone at second place, at least as of this match. But I'm actually thinking that he would be a bit more reckless. I'm surprised that he wasn't a bit that Graven wasn't a bit more reckless with this. Normally, when the odds are against him, he gets that wild, crazy look. He starts throwing himself at people, but no, he was trying to play smart this entire match. And I'm not gonna lie, that is a drastic improvement from how he used to be back when Flashbang started. Oh, going into an STF. And Brawl kicks out of it immediately. Graven has been trying to go into a bit more of the submission game from what it seems. But so far he has not had a whole lot of luck with it. Not sure, like, I commend him for trying to branch out his style. Because, I mean, high flying can only do so much. And that aforementioned reckless, abandon that he likes to just throw himself at people. Like, it can be a little waning on the body. I mean, even if you are doing offense. Oh, just tossing Brawl Kaiser up on the top rope there. Yikes. Going for a cover. And a count at 1. Brawl Kaiser's been trying to, has been showing that he is tougher than he's supposed to be. That's very rude of me. Brawl Kaiser has been showing that he is tough, that he is getting tougher and tougher as this tournament goes on. I think it's like the consistency of him being booked week to week. I mean, 5 weeks in a row right now. Yeah, about 5 weeks in a row right now, and he has been doing very, very well. Oh, he's currently sitting at 3 points, so he's... Sorry, I'm just checking over some notes. But yeah. Oh, ooh, knee to the stomach, and then a big enziguri to the back of Brawl Kaiser's head. Yeah, I believe he suffered through a few losses, and then I believe Brawl Kaiser won his last match. No, Brawl Kaiser went to a draw with Victor Vicious last week, if I remember correctly. It's been a week, ladies and gentlemen, and I do apologize. My memory's not the greatest as of late. I'm trying to find the notes, but so far, me. I probably should be checking that up. Probably should be checking up on this match. Anyway. Here we go. Graven's looking like he's setting it up for the Grave Digger. Middle rope. And Brawl Kaiser gets right back up. See, this is that toughness I was telling you guys about. I don't know why he's like, I don't know, like, he is on a whole different freaking rung this week. Immediately gets up, like, Craven didn't, and it's not like Craven, like, dilly-dally trying to go for the pin. That's the crazy thing. He hit the move and then immediately tried to go right into it, but Broadcaster just got right back up. Nice little wave buster there from the Sentai Hero. 1, 2, kicking right out of 2. Craven looking like he's gasping for air, which I'm not gonna lie, this is. I think he's like on his. I think he's on a. Here it comes. And then quickly getting right out of it. Once again, he's trying to show how he's trying to show his not only his veteran like ring awareness, but he's also trying to avoid Broadcaster's biggest move.
Oh, nice fisherman suplex. And out of the top rope.
Yeah, Craven has definitely matured a lot since when he started. No longer is he just picking fights for the sake of it. He's seek and destroy. Top rope. 1, 2. A little too close to the ropes there, Craven. But Broadcaster kicks right out. But yeah. Talk about like some of the most improved people. Definitely Craven's is I guess you could say. Oh god, another seek and destroy off the top. 1, 2. See, I thought freaking Craven had the match won right there. 2 seek and destroys. 2 covers immediately.
I cannot believe it.
But yeah, on the outside, trying to get some shots into the inside leg of Broadcaster.
Craven back into the ring.
And just laughing at the Sentai Hero.
Oh, what a kick. Oh, he's got him up.
Another wave buster right there. Square in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Kicking right out at 2.
Goodness, 2 9/10.
Now, what's it gonna take to put away the chocolate zombie here? Although that's something I've always been very curious of. Why does he call himself the chocolate zombie? Like, he doesn't look like he's made out of chocolate. And a quick dive through the middle rope and then into a swinging DDT. God. I was surprised freaking, like, I'm always surprised that Broadcaster can actually do that move. Mostly because, like, I figured the fin that's on the top of his mask there, his helmet, would always kind of get snagged on the rope. And a big elbow drop. Yeah, like, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend you go, like, once the oh, here it comes. Grave Digger! Oh, and see, right there, towards the before the scene changed, Craven, like, he knew that Broadcaster was going to move the moment he tried to cover, so he tried to attack him first. So, like I said, Craven has been definitely improving on his game as of late. No longer, once again, no longer the reckless guy with a chip on his shoulder. No. He's a seasoned veteran at this point, and it shows. It shows in spades. Where Broadcaster not the, I mean, he's still the good boy, the Sentai Hero, the awkward Kamen Rider, as they say. But he's been showing to be like that he's getting thicker skin. I've been hearing him do promo practice in the back occasionally, and it's been nice. He's trying to add a little bit more to a bite to his promos, and yet he always goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like, and I'm just over here thinking, you sweet innocent bean. He apologizes to people who aren't even there. It's cute and wholesome. I love it.
Oh, what a boot.
I just might give him a hug. Shit.
Kicked away.
Kicking Graven right out.
All Kaiser trying to hang in there. Graven has tried everything he can to put away Kaiser.
All right. What was it? 2 Gravediggers, 2 Seek and Destroys. What's it going to take to put away the Kamen Rider? Big Insecurity jumping from the middle rope, and Brawl Kaiser was gassed after that one. Going for that cover. 1, 2, 3. The big kick coming right, putting away the Chocolate Zombie. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the recipient of 2 points, Brawl Kaiser. This, ladies and gentlemen, puts Brawl Kaiser into 2nd place, tied with Graven, Semjax, Gemini, and Victor Vicious. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this it's like I keep saying to people, the Flashbang side of things, the Flashbang block B, has been the most competitive with the closest results. Like, not on Warzone, there has not been a draw yet. There was one teased, but Ginger Boy ended up winning via countout. But like I said earlier, this is this is just beginning, and we still have a whole lot more matches to go through. We still have like 3 C101 matches, and coming up next is one of 2 of the Doomsday Trios Championship Trios Tag matches, where we have the Grand Equation, Lionel Matrix, Hey Mr. Rabbit, as well as Henry Colt going up against House Caliban, The Creation, Dragoon, and Donkey Kang. And it looks like Matrix trying to assess his opponents, realizing, crap, they gave me the big one. But he's not letting that take him down whatsoever. Creation, we haven't really seen too much of him as of late, but that, oh god, pop-up headbutt. Oh. Haven't really seen the Creation much as of late, but, you know, I think it makes him more of an attraction that way. Yeah, he doesn't get booked all that often, but when he does, he reintroduces himself as he is a big name here on Flashbang. I believe he wins. I believe this would be his only time qualifying for a title shot outside of the 64-man tournament back in 2019. Now, people can't please correct me on that one, because I don't remember the exact details. Actually, no, wait! No, I remember now. He was in the Interdimensional Championship tournament to crown the inaugural Interdimensional Champion. So yeah, this would be his 3rd opportunity to try and go for a title. And it's another tournament. Apparently Creation loves tournament arcs, ladies and gentlemen. Probably. I'm sure there's like a bunch of books at the Caliban Manor. But yeah, with the Time Bandits being the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles, for the World Tag Team titles, I guess the other 2 that Creation could have went for. Oh, and here he comes. Yeet! Throwing the lab assistant straight into the cowboy. Never thought I'd say those words, but it's the Nexus. You kind of take what you can get. Oh, looks like he's setting up. Colt Classic.
Colt Classic. Good night, Kang. 1, 2, and a kick out.
No, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My wife made me some. My wife Celeste made me some drinks to help with my to help me get healthier. And it tastes like crap, but you know what? It's supposed to make me feel good. That's what it's supposed to do, right? And Donkey Kang wisely getting out of the ring, tagging in the mysterious Dragoon. Now, according to Sandman, back when he and
Cole being isolated
back when
here.
he and
Move to the face.
Thunderbolt
Shot to the face.
won their opportunity, won their title
Overhook
shot.
now.
Like
Lifting him up.
he has said that Dragoon's speaking less in riddles and kind of more coherently, but we still don't really know what Dragoon is up to, like what his motivations are. And frankly, that kind of makes me a little nervous, especially with him joining up with House Caliban during Breakdown 5 when the House went up against the Cartel. At least at that point, it was the Cartel with Madness and MJF before she revealed to be Kuso.
Now going to the corner. Cole not
Looks
liking the
like
positioning.
Cole was trying to set up for something.
This will be better. Off the ropes. Oh, and a
Ooh,
knee
God,
right
knee
to the
strike from the
nose.
rope. Yeah, looks like he's setting up for the big one. His
Trying to do
big
himself.
Colt Classic. Right onto Dragoon. 1, 2, kicking right out at 2. God, Colt's scary when it comes to that. He can pull that move right out of nowhere.
And look out here.
Double super kick.
And a tag man.
And
Here comes Creation, and Matrix is gonna be thinking,
and the
why
Creation
now?
gets
Oh,
tagged
and a
right in the moment
another one
Matrix
when he moved
gets
out of
in,
the
and
way of.
oh my God, he's probably regretting every
Standing on the
second
apron,
of it.
catching his breath, and look who's here.
But I will say though, I believe the last time
No, the brain
Matrix
chop.
went up against the Creation,
The brain
Creation
chop to
put him
Matrix.
in the Wheel of Pain, and Matrix broke right out of it, being only one of a handful of people to do
And
so.
oh, and the reversal might have been going
Like,
to the
and we're
Wheel of
talking
Pain.
like bigger people like Johan.
good
I
counter.
believe the Saber Controller broke out of it as well, and
Oh,
also
and a
Lord
nice
V.
elbow
Now,
to the gut.
eventually,
Tag
oh,
made to Kang.
eventually
Here comes
people
Donkey
succumbed
Kang.
to it and tapped out. Outside of,
Again, winless
I
in MNW.
want to
He's
say
been here for a
V
couple
didn't
of
tap
years,
to it. I can't
has
remember
never gotten a
exactly.
pinfall victory. A submission victory.
Ooh,
Oh, and a
big DDT.
and Matrix trying to not be.
But yeah,
the
sooner
one in
or
the
later,
column.
you,
And now
everyone
turning
taps
around.
out to that
Over the
move.
Tequila Sunrise.
Nice
And
little tequila
wrenching back.
sunrise there.
Center of the ring. DK with
I think
nowhere to
Matrix is
go.
learning a thing or two
Matrix
from
has got it
Colt,
locked
from
in.
Henry Colt.
And Kang trying to turn
But
it
Kang
over.
immediately
Kick to
flips
the
right
jaw.
out and gets
Gets out of
out
it.
of that move.
And now Matrix again to the corner. Oh, looking for the elbow. and
I'm
over
very
there,
surprised
look at
Rabbit didn't get
Rabbit
involved
with a
much in this
Luthez
match
press.
outside of this Luthez press. Oh God, Kang's busted open.
And now DK trying to fight Matrix. There's a slap. And a kick to the gut. DK might have been busted open on that one.
And we got
Oh,
Matrix
and
and
Matrix
Donkey
certainly
Kang
was
fighting out in the
off the
outside in the
barricade,
barricade. Matrix is officially busted open.
And now,
Oh,
what an
whipping
Irish
him
whip.
into the steps. God, that's solid steel, ladies and gentlemen. That does
Colt-
not
Colt
feel
trying to
good to
involved.
get thrown up
Henry
against.
with a boost.
Trust me.
Oh, and a chop.
Just don't ask me how, because
Matrix doesn't
let's
give
just
a
say
damn.
I like it
Trucking
that
DK.
the backstage personnel are protected.
And that's a draw.
And we had a draw,
Ladies and
but
gentlemen, I don't know if you understand how tournaments work, but we cannot advance two teams at once. So, since apparently you have no ring awareness, we are going to restart the match. Ring the bell, Mr. Referee.
as you all have heard from Mr. Lawson, Matrix and Donkey Kang went into a draw on the outside, count of 10. But then Lawson restarted the match. Looks like Matrix was trying to tap out Donkey Kang with that modified version of the juicer. Oh, and just kicking the crap out of Donkey Kang's face. I think Donkey Kang still has his glasses on too. You should probably take those off. I mean, it's a guy who's somewhat active and wears glasses. Like it's weird. Have it being in physical situations like that, especially like when you're running and they're bouncing up and down. At least that's just mine.
And now into the corner we go. Looking for the tag not to be. Back elbow.
Looks like Donkey Kong was trying to go in for a tag there, but Matrix got right out of that corner, whipping Kang into his own, tagging back into Henry Colt. Ooh. Just trying to break the arm there. I saw a neck breaker there from Henry Colt. So Henry Colt's involvement with the Grand Equation is kind of weird to me, because at first, Matrix was like one of the few big uppercut, one of the few people to actually visit Colt when he was in the hospital. Then Colt came back during Multivania. Then they seemed to tag after a while. Oh, big 40. Well, yeah, I believe he does call that move the 45. Oh yeah, but then they were apart for a bit, and then Rabbit brought them back in. Brought him back in. I don't know what's going on with this. Hopefully Henry Colt will come out and help and talk to us about that. Hopefully Travis can get a hold of him. Colt classic right onto Donkey Kong. 1, 2. Dragoon breaks up the pin.
Rabbit about to get hit. Dragoon back suplex.
Big suplex from Dragoon onto Mr. Rabbit. Rabbit wisely rolling back out of the ring. But trying to tag Donkey Kong, wanting to tag in his partners, but just was not left with any chance to.
Back elbow by DK. And now shoved away. Forearm shot. Oh, what a drop kick! And it looks like that wound on DK's head is busted open again.
Yeah, it looks like King is still looks like King has re-busted back open after some time to heal. And now, King taps out to that arm trapped crossface. So, ladies and gentlemen, round 2 of the Doomsday Trios tournament. The Grand Equation moves on. As I pull up the brackets, I believe the Grand Equation goes up against this is taking forever. But yeah, going into round 2 of the Doomsday Trios tournament, and uno momento, por favor. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Yeah, and it looks like in round 2, the Grand Equation will go up against Vaporwave, and we have one more trios. We have one more trios match coming up, and oh boy. Until then, we have another C101 match to go through. The Homicidal Suicide Gemini going up against Semjax of the Conquest Bloodline, Mr. Mega Money in the Big Bank. Oh, picking him up and slamming him down. Big drop kick, but just nothing. Oh god, Jimmy's trapped in the ropes. Okay, he got himself out. Apologies if I'm not talking during some of these. I got breathe. I've been having some like weird respiratory issues. It's not COVID or anything. It's not, you know, nothing harmful or anything. It's just been. Yeah, the reason for these really crappy drinks. Oh god. Oh god, it tastes weird, ladies and gentlemen. Arm drag, quick, swift knees to the face. See here, we got both of these men sitting tied at second place with 5 points apiece. Win or lose, these two are win or draw, these two are going to be sitting in second. Are going to continue to be set in second place with either 6 or 7 points. But if Gemini wins, if Gemini if either of these men lose, then that means they are both tied for third with Graven, Brawlkaiser, and Victor Vicious. So yeah, still a whole lot at stake here, though, ladies and gentlemen. Big elbow into that Enziguri. Yeah, actually, I'm just not checking my notes. Semjax is actually doing better than Lady Boots. You gotta think that. Do you guys think that there's like some sort of like competition between them, since both of these members are in the same faction? I mean, both of these members are obviously in the same faction, but like, you think there's like some sort of competition to one does better in their block? I feel like the Conquest Bloodline would kind of have. I don't really know a lot of people in these factions that wouldn't like try to like one up each other in a friendly kind of contest. Maybe that's just me speculating. Maybe that's just me that's just some wishful thinking. Probably the latter on that one, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, Simjack's still doing very well in the tournament, as well as Lady Boots. Big clothesline onto Gemini. And it looks like he's setting up for that big super kick in the corner. But he doesn't cover, doesn't capitalize on the moment. And then he kind of pays for it. Gemini suplexing him into next week. Oh, that falling headbutt with vigor.
Mr. Gemini swung by and they had a lengthy chat. Don't catch most of it, but I'll try again next week. Oh boy. Oh good. Okay. So he didn't want to eliminate Kuso Kale from the tournament. I don't know.
And looks like Semjack's trying to go in for that countout victory, but gets a little impatient and goes right back out. I think it's just because, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably because he saw Gemini kind of getting up at the 3, and he's probably, I mean, if you're going to go for a countout victory, make sure your opponent is down by 7, get back in the ring, and then, you know, wait till the count of 10. Speaking about back in the ring, here we are back in the ring ourselves. It's like Gemini setting up for the kiss of despair. That was put away so many people. 1, 2. But today is not Semjax's day. Well, sorry. But today is not the day that it puts away Semjax. There we go. That's much better sounding.
Now Semjax. Clothesline. And again.
Big clotheslines. Ooh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, though. Yikes, that is not good on the spine.
And lets him go. Now he's going to look for it again. Semjax in some trouble again in this matchup. Another kiss.
And then there's a second kiss of despair, and Semjax is officially busted open. 2, kicking right out of 2. 2 kisses straight to the head, and it does not put him down.
But nobody can pin this man.
Speaking of DDTs, impaling DDT. Showing Gemini how it's done. Let's see. 1, 2, kicking out at 2. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this match has officially kicked into a higher gear. And the feral knee straight to the forehead of Gemini. 1, 2, kicking out at 2.
Oh no, he's gonna hit him again.
And looks like, is he gonna go for the impaler, or it's going right back into that feral knee. Straight to the forehead. Could this be it, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, kicking out at 2. Oh. I forgot about Jen Erickson's little voice crack there. That was high. The Impaler didn't work. The Feral Knee didn't work. And Gemini dodging the super kick. God, what is it going to take to put down this man? Seriously. Like, I know we've discussed this a lot, but Gemini is one of the more... Oh, Kimura lock.
Almost, it's an upright Kimura lock, like a hammer lock. He's got it locked in on Semjax, who's trying to hang on. And now a body blow.
See, that's the thing about the Kimura lock that a lot of people, that the competitor should be looking at, is the fact that the other hand is free and can get out of it just about immediately.
Now dragging him towards the ropes. Hey, wait a second, ref. Wait a second.
Okay, seriously, why y'all kind of... Oh, the ref, the ref almost counted 3. The ref almost counted 3 and then immediately saw Semjax's legs out of the corner of his eye. The perception on legs this week was actually on point. I know we give him a lot of guff, but there he got it. And just, oh God, trying to bust open Gemini with his own head. I mean, Semjax is busted open. I mean, wouldn't that be kind of opening up the wound a little bit more? I don't know. Nice arm drag though from Gemini. Oh God, swift kick to this, and then back into the leg. And Twisty Kitty, thank you for giving a sub to Tiki the Troll. Tiki, hope you enjoy your emotes. The lurk. Actually, the lurk should be available for everybody because, well, it's, Oh, here we go. Impaler DDT! Another quick to the stomach for a little extra measure. Cover. 1, 2. Kicking right out at 2. See, I think freaking Semjax... I know what Semjax was trying to go for here. He was trying to make sure that... He was trying to make sure that he stays down, but I think that kind of didn't help him much. And then Feral Knee. 1, 2. Kicking out at 2. God, is this going to be another draw for not only Gemini, but also Semjax? Because this is round 5. This is round 5 and both men have 5 points. And we got a triangle lock here. It looks like Gemini is just about to touch the rope. Like the camera looks like from the camera's perspective, it looks like that he's touching it, but I don't think he was. It looked like he broke out, and now they're brawling on the outside. Well, brawling. They're on the outside. She'll go for a neck breaker, but Gemini gets right back on in.
Here comes Semjax. In off the rope. Corner. Nice back elbow. Ooh, enziguri.
Yeah, we got 6 minutes left.
Just under 6 minutes. 5:55 remaining. There's a kick to the midsection and a pump kick to the face.
Oh God! That kick.
Here we go. There's that.
And here we got arm trapped into the crossface. We saw Henry Cole pick up a win with this earlier in the night. Will it put down Semjax? Will Semjax tap? No, he endures. And it looks like Gemini's going right to the top.
He's about to fly. See that modified arm bar? I see.
Oh God! Embrace despair. 1, 2. Nope. the Kiss of Despair, Embrace Despair, have not been able to put down the Conqueror, and he still stands. I think that I think Simjax has to put in that Muda lock to Embrace the Conqueror, as he calls it, just to put away Gemini, because like when you're dealing with a masochistic sadist. No, unfortunately, the knees to the face is what put Simjax down, and now Gemini is currently sitting in second place at 7 points, meaning Simjax, Graven, Vicious, and officially Brawl Kaiser are now tied for third place, where Gemini is by himself in second. Not that far away from Jack Andrews. Only a 2-point deficit there, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be getting into that once we get past Kuso versus Victor. But we have one more match of the Doomsday Trios Championships, the Doomsday Trios tight tournament. My tongue is twisted in all kinds of ways. It sucks. Anyway, we have one more match of the evening that is for the Trios tournament, and we have Helix and Ramon go with their tag partner Big Bad Burden going up against Hutch and Nitzig with their mystery partner. There was a lot of speculation. Some were saying Starhand, some were saying it. A bunch of people, but nobody expected Earl King West fresh from Warzone. I thought he was banned. No joke. I legitimately thought he was banned from Flashbang, much like the Outlaws. But no. He came right in. I guess Victor probably pulled some strings or something like that to help the cartel. Anyway, here we have the Mandalorian going up against Death himself. God. Ironically enough, there was weirdly enough, I came into work this morning, that morning, sky was clear. Like, it was a nice, yeah, it's winter, but it was a nice day outside. It was all kinds of stuff. It was all kinds of, like, you know, it was a nice crisp winter morning. And I heard thunderstorm. A big thunderstorm the moment Earl King made his entrance. Why that happened, I don't know. You figured the multiverse would be a bit more stable than the Midwest, but go figure. I'm honestly used to it. But anyway, though, we have Nitzig going up against Death himself now, and Nitzig taking out Ramon. And looks like we got Nitzig getting whipped into the corner. Big Bad Burden getting tagged in. Now, for those who don't remember, the other half of the Bone Warriors, Burden's partner Spike, has himself a tag team title match. Not a tag team title match. Has himself a world title shot himself. Oh no. Hutch is on the outside with Burden. Hutch, I understand the Mandalorians are prideful, but this is a bad idea. And now Nitzig's fighting Burden on the outside. Like, I understand that Nitzig is a war boss, former Battle Bowl player, but this is the most dangerous place that you could be in the entirety of MNW. There are two people that you do not brawl on the outside with. One is Notorious CAT. Two, Burden. You do not fight Burden on the outside. That is his playground. And he's giving the audience a fraction of the reason why. Mercifully back in the ring, Nitzig tagged in Hutch. Like, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to face Burden in your career in MNW, never take him to the outside. Tease the outside, never take him to the outside, because at that point, it shifts in his favor in a huge way. It's like he has, like, supernatural strength on the outside, even with the dampeners that we have. Oh, big clothesline from Burden. We'll lift him up, caught him, and then into a deathlift German. Oh, man. Yeah, Burden taking it back to the ring, knowing he can't win on a countout. And then Hutch tags back in Nitzig. I swear it's been mostly Burden in this match so far. Yeah, Helix Sucks was in there, but... Oh, God, big clothesline. He took out the ref. And lifting him up, falling star powerbomb. Legs is officially back up. Hopefully to count the pin. Now it looks like Burton dragging him back into his own corner. Yep, going for that pin. Is this going to be enough to put away the War Boss? No. Earl King immediately taking control of that situation. Tagging back into death himself. Big leg drop into senton. Oh man, Burton's like 300-something pounds of pure muscle. Man, that is gonna be freaking. That's a lot of weight to get dropped onto you all at once. Looks like Nexus got some shots on there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little shocked that it was Earl King of all people. Like, I think Starhand would have been too much of a liability. But I think Starhand probably would have rather entered this trios tournament with himself, Jindrak, and also Bison Blackwell. No relation to Kevin Blackwell, who we haven't seen since his, I guess you could say, mauling from a Were-Tiger Shirkan. Which, okay, if anyone can explain to me why someone would get lycanthropy from a werewolf, why they would turn into a Were-Tiger. That one still is weird to me. Because I thought it was like, oh, I got bit by a wolf, I turn into a wolf. Helix trying to continue the wear and tear on the War Boss. And choke slam. Whipping him back into the corner. Tagging back in Burden. Ramon hasn't gotten any shine in this entire match. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Okay. There's one thing about having all that meat get slammed into you. Oh, here we have Earl King coming right in. One of the two freshest people in this entire match. Oh, God, Samoan drop. Oh, just throwing him in, throwing Earl King into the corner there. God, with Earl King being back, even like if the cartel wins, with Earl King being back, you know there's gonna be a big freaking promo tomorrow on Friday. You know he is going to gloat if they win. But then anyway, but big headbutt from the fake King, kicking Burden right into the abdomen. Going for another kick into a DDT. Here's one thing I'm curious of. Why Earl King? Why is the Earl King teaming with the cartel? Like, last that we heard, the Earl King was aligned with Louis McDonald and Trice, part of Legion. Oh, here. Looks like he's setting up for a Hearns charge. Oh, God. Practically broke him in half with that one. Guys, moving him into the center of the mat. And Ramon breaking up the pin. Ramon being the freshest one out of this match at this current moment. But, like, what's in it for Earl King to go for the trios titles? Like, is there, like, an opportunity for Warzone in this? 2, 3. Nitzig getting blindsided by Death himself. Ramon being blocked by Hutch. And ladies and gentlemen, your winners moving into round 2. The Cartel, Hutch Kale and Nitzig Gunkgobla, and their partner, Earl King Wes. Now, looking at round 2, who the Cartel and Earl King are going to be going up against. Oh boy. Looking into round 2, there are 2 teams in the first round that could potentially face them. There is the Troll Train, consisting of Johan Mjolnir the Troll and Tigiri, but no one knows who their opponents are. So you have to think that everybody on the Troll Train side of things saw Earl King come in, and they have to be pissed. Like, I'm talking livid, especially after after Tiki and Johan put away Earl King and sent him packing to Warzone. Like, seriously, what the hell? Anyway, so we will be seeing who goes into the second round to meet them tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco. But, ladies and gentlemen, we still have 2 more matches. We have 2 more C101 matches coming right up. But we also get into our promo of the week. If I did this correctly. I hope I did this correctly. Well, gonna have to do the other thing I did. All right, give me just one moment, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a minute since I've done this.
Michael McCarthy,
yeah, there it goes.
The 3rd member of
all right.
My brother.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your promo of the week.
Here is your winner,
The 3rd
the World Heavyweight Champion,
Today is a
Victor
Vicious.
Vicious.
A single match.
You see that,
between
MNW?
myself and you.
That there is the
What
face of a
excites me about
champion.
this bout is
You
not
know
the
what? Maybe this
prospect
belt isn't for
of
show after
advancing in
all.
the C101,
But as
though
they
that
say,
is a
life
nice
moves on
benefit.
and so must die,
But
because it
rather,
seems like my
to
next
see
opponent
when
has
it
been
comes down
announced,
to
and it's
just
none
how
other than the
worthy
Night
we
Reaper
are of these
himself.
titles.
Okay, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. Oh god, this is a total shit show. Anyway, hang on. I know how to fix this. I borked it. Wow. This is why. This is why you do things ahead of time, but hey. No skin off my back. Just a few technical difficulties. Nothing really too crazy. Let's see if I can get this right this time. Alright, let's see if this works.
Michael Macabre, the 3rd member of Doom, my brother in battle. Today is a day I've wondered about since you debuted on Flashbang. A singles match between myself and you. What excites me about this bout is not the prospect of advancing in the C101, though that is a nice benefit, but rather to see when it comes down to it just how worthy we are of these titles we hold. Together with Magic, we are unstoppable as a team, but alone we shall see. As a team is only as good as the sum of its parts. In this match we will fight unlike we fought before, as now we fight each other. We will throw everything until one of us loses. And in the end, there will be a winner. Or will there?
We have Xerxes, ladies and gentlemen, going up against his tag team partner, 1/3 of Doom, Michael Macabre. And, oh man, this has to be the most personal match that in the C101 outside of Aiden and Ginger Boy. We have two brothers in arms going up against each other. Like, we knew this match was coming, but we did not know. Ooh, nice little takedown there. Nice little, actually, I did not realize that Michael Macabre did it, like, has any kind of amateur wrestling background. But yeah, you know for a fact that this is going to be fun for these two, as well as fun for Magic watching in the Doom locker room. And yeah, this is whew. Oh god, big clothesline from Xerxes. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie to any of you guys. I'm not sure who had this match. I legitimately I had no idea who was gonna win this. Like, currently Xerxes sits at 2 points and Michael Macabre sits at 5. Sits at 3, not 5. Typo. Well, I wrote that down, so it's not a typo. Anyway, currently speaking, Xerxes sits at 2, whereas Michael Macabre sits at 3, tied with Kuso for 4th. And Xerxes is officially tied with Devin for 5th. If Xerxes wins, he gets moved up to 4th place by his lonesome. But if Macabre wins, he goes right into that. It turns into a 5-way tie for 3rd, with Macabre sitting at 3. Yeah. In this entire block, there are not two guys who know each other's moves more than Xerxes and Macabre. Granted, in their cases, they know each other's moves mostly because they need to see what they need to do to protect the other, not trying to exploit any weaknesses that they know of. But hey, if you know your partner's weaknesses, you can't exploit it if you push down hard enough. Brad, buddy, hush. Buddy, hey, that's enough. Brad, that's enough. He thought he heard knocking. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, Yes, you're fine. You're fine. Yes, hello. Yes, that's Xerxes and Macabre. You're a grown man acting like a dog. Come on, dude. Hey, just chill. Chill. That's what I thought. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Brad gets a little excited around this time of day. I think it's time to go for WALK for him. I'll take care of that later. But, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got Xerxes going right up to the top rope. Oh, God, the big freaking coup de grace stomp. Oh, God, that's 200-something pounds of freaking nightmare raining down on you with his heels. Man, I think this definitely shifted this. I mean, obviously, as you could see, it would have shifted the match into Xerxes' favor. Oh, but then a backbreaker right onto the Night Reaper. God, freaking Macabre had that scouted out, and he knew how to shift it. Oh, going for that crossbody, but then Xerxes had that scouted out. This is what I'm talking to you about, ladies and gentlemen. These two know each other's in and out. I mean, defending the trios titles, getting up to fate, like getting all those trios wins, like they are definitely just one of the strongest factions that we have on MNW. Oh, big elbow drop. Brad, buddy, hush. This man is the same age as I am. Like, he is an actual factual human being. But when he gets into those fits, the animal instincts kick in. Like, I don't understand how people who are part animal deal with this. Oh, God, Kimura lock. See, and like mentioned earlier when freaking Jim and I tried that move, like, Michael Macabre made sure that the opponent's arm was isolated. But Xerxes still was able to flip right out of it. He probably did. Macabre probably didn't lock the legs incorrectly. Oh, God. Deadlift power slam. One. Kick out at one. Oh, man. This has the opportunity to go into a draw, which neither man can afford to go into. Yes, that will put Macabre up to 4 points, but that still means he will be in 4th place. Both of these men need a win here. Xerxes to get out of last, essentially. Macabre to get jumped into 3rd. Neither man can afford to dilly-dally and get a draw here. There's so much that is at stake.
Slips out the back. I mean, there's counter for counter. This has been incredible. This has been ridiculous. Oh, moves out of the way. There's a knee to the face.
Double checking something, and I think I got something wrong. I definitely did. Oops. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, well, I'll just show that off later. Anyway, so we got Xerxes and Macabre on the outside. Another block from Macabre. I actually kind of want to go back and see how many blocks that either men had against each other. I feel like that would be like a nice little Sunday afternoon kind of deal. Whipping Michael Macabre right back into the ring. Oh, and looks like Macabre was playing possum. Nice little arm drag there. And then just defaulting back to that brawling style of his. So I think Macabre was like some sort of like amateur wrestling prodigy back in like some sort of past life or something like that. Or like what he was like before all of this. Because he is throwing out those takedowns and those transitions like it's nothing. It's actually kind of impressive. Everyone expects him to be like this big heavy guy, but he can just pull those out whenever. And it looks like Night Reaper is just perched, waiting for Macabre to make the mistake of either getting up or laying back down. And it looks like Macabre is just waiting for Xerxes to come back down. Yep. Both of them just kind of know that they both know that the either's too stubborn to try anything foolish, so they both just kind of give up trying that little chess game. And then Xerxes should just go ahead and take control here.
Every time one of these two has gone for their finisher or gone for one of their signature maneuvers, there's been a counter of some kind.
Nice little clothesline into the corner there.
Stomp to the elbow. 6 minutes remaining. Snapmare.
Nice little snapmare, though.
Into the cover.
One. Still a kick out at 1. 6 minutes in, and Mago Macabre still has not gotten to it. Zerkis still hasn't gotten a 2 count out of Macabre.
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
God, that is
2 count.
terrifying to say the least.
And there's another
Oh,
snapmare.
big snapmare onto Night Reaper. Not Night Reaper, onto the Harbinger of the Apocalypse.
I take that back. Apparently
Doing a little boxing stance there.
Wow.
Oh, here comes Nightmare Neckbreaker. Could this be it? Macabre has always been kicking out at 1. He got a 2 here, and then results in a 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Night Reaper, Zerkis. This brings up Zerkis to 4 points, putting him immediately into 4th place. And then now Macabre and Kuso are tied for 5th, leaving Devin, after his loss to Jack Andrews, in 6th place. Now, Devin still mathematically... Actually, that was round 5 for Flashbang. 6, 7, 8, 9. Devin would have to win the rest of his matches, as well as have Andrews and Gemini lose the rest of theirs for him to win. But unfortunately, I think Devin's going to have to be in the spoiler territory if he loses one more match. So, something to keep an eye out on, because if Devin loses one more match, he's out. He cannot physically win this tournament. He can play spoiler and still try and rack up points. But those couple of losses, as well as those 2 draws that he had, really, those 2 losses hurt him in more ways than one. And with this 3rd, if he loses one more, he's out. I've said that before. I'll say that again for emphasis. And now another person who is in a very bad position. Coming up next is our main event. We have Kuso taking the guise of the Mad Jester Fool. And we have the World Heavyweight Champion finally holding on to his gold. It's been a few months, ladies and gentlemen, but Victor Vicious finally got his belt back. But yeah, Victor Vicious versus Kuso Kale, guised as MJF. See, Victor is currently sitting at 5 points here, tied for 3rd, as well as Kuso is tied for 5th place with 3 points. And it looks like that.
Wait a second.
It looks like that Kuso's husband Hutch wanted to get a little closer look, but no Hutch.
Oh, wait a second. In
That-
the corner. And the spear.
Could have been. And
The mind
honestly,
can
Victor,
continue. Victor Vicious
again, I have to
using
say this.
Hutch's
Victor is
music.
has been shown to be one of the smartest
Oh, we got
individuals
first
in this
round.
entire, in
Kuso
Flashbang.
had nowhere to go. Kuso
As
had nowhere to go.
Kuso
The
taps
mind
out
games.
2
She taps
last
out.
rights. Her last
Victor
rights
Vicious
are
with the
written
mind games.
and officially tied for 2nd. Victor Vicious has won and been awarded 2 more points in one of the quickest matches that the C101 has had. So, your final tally. At 1st place, we do have a graphic, but unfortunately it does have a little spoilery for the Warzone portion. Actually, wait. No, it's not. I think. Hold up. I'm probably lying out my ass. Uno memento. It's a little spoilery. Okay, so in 1st place, we have with 9 points, Jack Andrews. Tied for second, we have Suicide Gemini and the World Heavyweight Champion, Victor Vicious, with 7. We have tied for third place, Semjax, Graven, and Brawl Kaiser. Tied, sitting by his lonesome in fourth with 4 points is the Night Reaper Zerikis. In fifth place, we have Michael Macabre and Kuso Kale, as well as in last with 2 points, Shoot Nation's own Devin. Now, like mentioned previously, Devin is mathematically still in this tournament. Unfortunately, he needs not only Jack Andrews and Suicide Gemini to lose, but he needs Victor Vicious to lose as well in the next round. Simjax, Draven, and Brawl Kaiser, they're still hanging in strong, but Devin, Kuso, and Macabre, these next couple of matches are going to be, they're going to essentially be fighting for their lives on this one. And I don't blame them. A World Heavyweight title shot doesn't come around to just about anybody. So they have to do something big to get those points. Excuse me. Wow. But that was the main event, and that means Flashbang is all said and done. But we have one more thing. We have the patented Flashbang moment of the week.
It's not one of my talents.
No, it's not. Voice
Commentating, however, I can do that. Now, here's the real question.
What? No!
Get the fuck out of town. What?
And introducing their tag team partner,
Holy fucking
weighing in
shit!
at 255 pounds, representing Legion, he is the Fey King, Earl King West!
Oh my god!
No! What?
The leader of the Empire of Terror, the former Empire of Terror.
He used to be, and now he's on Warzone, but he's back!
Oh my god!
Oh, Victor and Earl King are working together? Ah!
Oh!
The surprise return of Earl King West to Flashbang. I mean, even him sitting in the ring, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the moment of the week. And it just leaves me to so many questions. Like, what the fuck to start off with? And, like, especially when it comes to, like, Victor... When it comes to dealing with Earl King, at the very least with Faye, that is a very concerning thing because you have, like, there's just so many ways that this can go wrong. And I swear to God, Victor has to... I hope Victor got a full recording of what kind of deal that they struck, because he needs to check his words exactly when it comes to that. And Earl King, even when he loses, he wins. So even if I want to know what's in it for him. I want to know what's in it for Earl King, just so I can get some sort of idea of why he came back. Maybe to get those titles and get some revenge? Who knows? But that is Flashbang done and wrapped up into a nice little bow. And we have, coming up next, before we shift into Warzone, we have our interview segment, The Call Out, this week. Unfortunately, Travis was not able to get a person into the booth this week, so I decided to pull up an older episode that I did, and it's going to be somewhat relevant to what's going on, at the very least, with their current arc. I say that like it's a story. With their current goings on, essentially. But, ladies and gentlemen, the call out. Thank you, Firing Line, and welcome back to the call out. My name is Joe. My next guest, he is the undisputed future. He is 1/3 of the main event Mex.exe. He is 1/3 of your Trios champions. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome R. Sawyer. Sawyer, thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, it's good to finally be invited, but good things come to those who wait.
You are one of the older names that we have here in MNW, 1/3 of the trio main event mechs. For those who have never heard of you before, what can you tell us about yourself?
Well, I'm not old as some in the multiverse, but the undisputed future will oblige. I'm R. Sawyer, an android that was manufactured in the UK. I joined shortly after the first Multivania. That particular first year was quite a run. I faced off against Ogre, the VOD villains, where I was nicknamed the Clown Slayer, and then became the Bear Tamer of Grizzly Adams by the next Multivania, thus becoming world champion.
And how did you come across the Nexus?
Believe it or not, that's actually been a mystery to me. It's been one of those things where you just popped right in there. I've tried to look for clues, and I've gotten some hints here or there, but it's not much. Heck, I don't even know who made me. That information got scrubbed clean. In a way, my Robro, Zacko Duo, is actually quite lucky. He at least knows who made him and why.
Is this what drew you to Zacko Duo originally, forming the Robros tag team?
Yes, that's pretty much the nail on the head right there. Zacko was the first one that I could actually consider a friend here in MNW, and our status as the only robotic life forms in MNW at the time suddenly left little room for me to team up with anyone else, especially when you're having to contend with the likes of Ogre, or 8 feet tall of the big green arsehole.
Besides your current titles being the Trios Championship, what other titles have you held here in MNW?
Well, when me and Zacko were WND, that's Weapons of Mass Destruction, there was the World Championship that I took from Grizzly Adams, who were also tag team champions, and I also have the distinct honour of being the first wrestler to successfully cash in their Money in the Bank case.
I actually remember that. It was one of the first times that I was drawn to MNW. You cashed in on Grizzly Adams, if I'm not mistaken.
I certainly did. I also remember the first promo I ever did after winning the Money in the Bank. I told him that war was a psychological game, and I knew how to play that game. I knew how to wait for the right moment. And so, Multivania it was.
How did it feel to hold the MNW Championship in your hands for the first and, I believe, the only time?
It was quite exhilarating, especially the match to earn that title. You're practically on top of the world at that point. Though in losing that belt I was far more generous with my compliments at the time to who I lost to. But time has told on how well that played out.
Unfortunately, a newcomer by the name of Edward Bosco did take the title from you.
Been and gone, and he's never coming back. And to see your faces when I went out there in his hoodie during my Robro shoot therapy stunt was amazing. So amazing, in fact, it got nominated multiple times at the Nexus.
Nominated and practically swept the Warzone side of things with the exception of, one.
Indeed it did. And it was amazing what my Robro pulled off with that.
The hits did keep coming with you, Zacko, and Malice, forming main event mechs. Why did you join Zacko when he and Malice started teaming on Flashbang and then moving back to Warzone?
Chancellor, that man was Zacko's father. And at the time, that man certainly wasn't stepping up to the plate on being a father for my Robro. Heck, he and I even had matches over that very same opinion. But when the moment came and Zacko stood up to his father, I upheld my promise to my Robro that I'd stick by him no matter what. So that's what I did. And it's what I continue to do to this day.
You three have been on a tear after the fact. winning and becoming the second team to win and being the longest reigning Trios champions. Some say the highlight of Warzone itself is Zacho's shoot therapy sessions. If I may ask, what goes into those promos?
What goes on in those sessions? That is a good question. It's certainly something that my Robo Zacho could explain better himself. But from what I can see, he's calling it like he sees it. Everyone believes they are so grand and important, but in reality, they're just so very small. And in those sessions, he cuts them down to the size that they actually are.
So is that why you three started expanding into Flashbang?
Flashbang, Warzone, pay-per-views, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Now, if you're asking about the production stuff that we've been doing lately, that's been quite an interesting endeavor. Sure, we're well versed in giving someone the lucha music for some harmless fun, but sitting there, commenting on a match, that was hilarious.
Yeah, Memory Science Theater they're calling it. Magic of the Trio Doom had a lot to say about that match with APS.
Did they now? To be perfectly honest, I didn't actually read what they said. I was more working on my tune-ups for the matches.
That he did. Magic made a formal proclamation about gaining some form of revenge for disrupting that match.
Disruption? We were providing much better commentary than Erection Ginection. So if they want to comment over C-, they're welcome to. We'll be giving them quite the show to enjoy when we bury VIP into the ground.
How is Meme preparing for their match going into the Gowl?
Well, if my Robo's altercation with Wilson is anything to go by, he'll certainly prove why there's a Zacho action figure with nut-kicking action that outsells anything that Wilson can do for merch. Which isn't all that much of a reach, because there isn't any merch for the arsehole. Malice will do what he does best, be the can crusher and give out blue screens left and right. As for Azir, I'll be stunning my way to victory over the self-entitled little twat.
I mean, I can't really say too much on that matter, being an unbiased journalist and whatnot, but if Wilson got locked into the blue screen a little bit too long, would anyone really miss him?
I'm an android, Mr. Mojo. I heard every word of that, and I'll be sure to pass the message on.
Good.
Now, unless there's anything else, I need to head back to prayer.
With all of this being said and done, as we are winding down here, is there anything that you would like to tell the Firing Line audience?
I miss murdering clowns.
I would like to thank my guests for joining us, and if you would like to see a shock from the future, please tune in to twitch.tv/Takahata101 for MNW Warzones, Saturdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This has been Joe, signing out. You know, I picked that for a few reasons, but I'm realizing that him mismurdering clowns is definitely what kickstart. It's definitely the catalyst. I'm not saying that's the catalyst for what he's currently doing, but I'm just saying that he probably got the idea. Not that he got the idea. I'm just saying that that should have been a warning sign for me. But let's just say, but ladies and gentlemen, we are shifting into the Warzone side of things, and we are kicking it off with 8-0 of High Voltage going up against one half of the Flashbang World Tag Team Champions, the Madness. Aiden currently sitting at 2 points. Madness sitting at 4.
So I suppose somebody from the
And ladies and gentlemen,
they're probably used to that.
8-0 officially made himself mathematically viable to win this tournament last week, going up against Mad Jack. But He and Madness are sitting at the bottom of the standings right now. Block A, going into round 6, is becoming a bit more competitive towards the towards the midway point. Because, like, currently, I mean, Madness and Madness, Janitor, Jack Abbott, Daggerick, and Lady Boots are tied for 3rd. If Aiden wins, not only is he is tied for 3rd as well as Madness, well, he would still be tied for 3rd. But y'all get what I'm trying to say.
Usually swings. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's possible. But it also means that Ginger Boy and Zako Duo have to lose their next few matches. With Ginger Boy losing to Daverman just previously last week, and Zako Duo picking up a win as well. This is why I love round robins. I say this every week. I don't shout about it. I love round robins like this because it gives you so many mathematical... It makes me do math, and it makes me do math well. Let's just say that. I'm not like Robbie. I can't just pull it out of my ass. I can't just like do it like crazy.
We have come very close. It's been down to what, past the last 2 minutes?
Oh god, that drink is just disgusting. Why am I drinking still?
We have had one. I believe it was with Ginger Boy.
Oh my god, ladies. All right, so
1 second.
in Madness, I believe he picked up a win last week over Jack Abbott with the Green Mist. It's like Aiden just rolled out of the ring to kind of get his composure a little bit. And he's just, and here we see Aiden just pounding Madness into the concrete, resetting the count, going back into the ring, and then rolling right back out.
Later today, facing the Warpgate Hardcore Champion Daggerick in C101 action.
And just big clothesline onto the Madness. Madness has not had a good string of luck these towards like the midway into this tournament. He did pick up that win against Lady Boots, and then kind of had a string of losses up until his match with Jack Abbott last week. So hopefully this will be, with that win, he can carry it and turn it into momentum for the rest of the tournament. But then Aiden, I mean, he also just got a win last week, so he's fighting, like, I mentioned fighting, essentially fighting for your life. Aiden is fighting to stay in this tournament, especially when it comes to Ginger Boy being up at the top. With Ginger being up at the top, that probably gives Aiden something to strive for, something to fight for. And Ginger Boy can't be too happy with his loss as of last week.
Going through the ropes. Oh, there we.
Oh, God, that neck breaker freaking getting hung from the middle rope. Yikes.
I'm not saying that Aiden Zero has a kickable face.
I will. He has a kickable face.
All right, there you go. Elbows to the trapezius.
And just elbowing his shoulder there.
Of the neck.
Bashing the head against the mat there, trying to weaken the neck, trying to weaken the head in the neck. If Aiden Zero puts in that Dragon Sleeper, that Divide by Zero, he pretty much has you in his sights. Half of his moves target the neck specifically, mostly for like the neck and the head specifically, mostly to put on that Dragon Sleeper, and then another 4-0 hour, that lifting rolling neck breaker of his.
Much more of a striker.
Oh God, Madness looks like he has some internal bleeding and just freaking he's blowing it right out of his face mask.
Brutal combination for Madness.
Again, Madness knows with somebody like Aiden Zero, you
throwing Aiden into the ring, not doing a repeat of his loss to Ginger Boy a couple weeks ago.
Zero began his wrestling career fighting on.
And he's going back for the buckle.
We saw this last week. Madness won.
I mean, Madness, I think, broke the curse of the buckle that he has sorts of developed.
Which was the first time a person
last week against Jack Abbott, but who is to say that the curse can't get reapplied here? Anything can happen in these round robin tournaments. Anything can happen in the multiverse. I mean, I've seen I've heard of people spawning giants just by sparring.
Here he goes. Oh no.
I don't understand how that works.
He's looking to live up to his
Another
name.
thing I don't understand how
He's looking to
I
do.
don't understand. Oh God!
Oh, he barely got it.
Madness attacking Aiden with his ass.
Let's be kind of
He got Aiden, but it looks like he also made a quick trajectory straight to the ground.
There might have a fractured
I
he might.
I don't understand how Madness is getting up right now. If that were a normal individual, if that were a non-athlete, they would be floored onto the ground right there and would have had to been wheeled out on like a stretcher or something like that, or at the very least put into a wheelchair.
Oh, I was going to say punching the Madness.
But no, he got right back up.
Oh no, off of the hardest part of the ring.
Spinning him around and just dropping his head onto the onto the corner, onto the apron.
Get this back in the ring. There they go. Count out.
Getting close to 10 minutes left.
Yep. We are just about at the 9-minute mark.
It looks like the referee put the turnbuckle on when they were brawling on the outside for a little bit there. Here comes the hanging Dragon Sleeper divide by 0.
He's hanging up the Madness.
And just tossing him onto the ground. Going in for that cover.
And going for another pinfall.
1, 2, kicking right out of 2.
Aiden's now getting
So what's it going to take to put down this half of the tag team champions?
What's going on?
Divide by 0 once more.
Divide by 0.
Oh, he's got it locked in.
Is the air going to leave the lungs of the Madness? Is he going to tap? He does. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, his second win in a row, Aiden 0. This brings Aiden up to a 6-way tie for third with 4 points. He is now officially tied with Lady Boots, Daggerick, Jack Abbott, the Janitor, and the aforementioned Madness. The points deficit is getting closer and closer in Block A, and it is fantastic. Ah, God, I love it. I love it because it makes the people on top that much more nervous, like that much more eager to win. And it also brings up the motivation of those on the bottom. It does not feel good being on the bottom rung of a tournament like this, because then you kind of have to you have to play spoiler at that point. You have to realize that you are never going to win. But hey, here's the good thing about being a spoiler. You can have a little fun while you're at it. But hey, we will be discussing more C101 matches as the night progresses on. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we go back into the ring to hear from the heavenly Raphael Sampson.
Well met, fellow denizens of the multiverse. It is I, your big champion, Raphael Sampson. Not 2 weeks ago, I had an amazing match against the Honorable Buck. And lo, there were tribulations in the form of the Outlaws. But not once did my opponent take advantage of those attacks for unfair leverage and fought an honorable match. And lo, though they did lose, they proved themselves worthy. So Buck Bumble, Sasquatch Wing, and I would like to meet with you to discuss future possibilities. But lo, this leaves me with still a question. For I am your big oof champion, and I need an opponent. So once more, I swing open the door to any who wish to challenge themselves against the judge of the multiverse, who will face me in competition for the big oof championship. But this I will wait. Go, throw forth. We will choose of those who step forward and see who is worthy. I will consult with our manager Aldini, and we will find, of those of you willing to step forward, who is most worthy of the opportunity. But know this: I walk the righteous path.
An invitation for Buck Bumble, as well as Raphael and Sasquatch Wing apparently have taken a liking to the young bee. That's going to be an interesting trio, I'm not going to lie. Buck Bumble teamed up with Raphael and Sasquatch. Oh, that's going to be awesome. That is going to be awesome. Three wholesome individuals like that together, tremendous. But that's not all. An Big Oof Open challenge. And from what I've seen from social media, there were a few heads being turned, and a few people have made their bids into the Big Oof Championship. And I'm curious to see what goes on with that. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Legion going up against Nakama Worldwide. Louis McDonald and Trice taking on Bart Ender and Power Surge. And looks like Louis McDonald's usual tag partner Earl King West was a little indisposed as of last night. Probably didn't want to have two matches within the same weekend. I'm not gonna lie, that's smart and commendable of him. He needs to treat his wounds, or whatever wounds he sustained in that match. But hey, we have Trice here, a tag team expert in his own right, and oh man, this was just a brutal. Trice is showing how brutal that he has been as of previously. Personally speaking, I think he needs to ditch the football pads, but I'm not going to talk. I have no room to talk about fashion. Let's see here. We got Power Surge getting tagged in from Bart Ender. Bart Ender, tag team expert as well. Power Surge kind of coming into his own as a not as a rookie, but kind of just coming into his own as a full-fledgling member of the roster. Rookie no more, but he still needs to do something to help to not only prove himself, but help make him stand out more in the division in Warzone proper. Actually, no, that's the correct usage in Warzone proper. Oh God, just this relentless offense from Trice though. Oh God. If he locks in the Tartarus lock, done. You're done. If he does the Wrath of Geryon, you have only a few seconds to quickly roll out of the ring. Looks like Louis McDonald's calling in for a tag, and then immediately gets tagged in. And then Power Surge shutting down any kind of high momentum that Louis could have sustained in. Shutting that down immediately.
Power Surge now against Louis McDonald doing it. Oh, that was a great
this actually shows how much that Power Surge has been learning from Bart Ender. Not just on the high flying aspects, but also tag team wrestling in general. Yeah, he's still got a lot to learn. I mean, everyone does. But he is still
I hate to say it, that was a rookie mistake.
Oh yeah, he's still got a little bit
but he is still showing that he is. Oh God, what's this? Tope con hero onto freaking Power Surge. Oh my God! Wait, you just flew over that top rope. I never knew he could do that.
Outside the ring. Power Surge needs to get this back in the ring, and he needs to do it right away.
I think that stunned Power Surge too, because he is not looking too hot here.
Oh, raking at the eyes.
God, you got Louis trying to rip off the mask. Oh God, stomping him into the freaking concrete. We know what Louis Stomps can do. This is the man that hospitalized McMorgan, and I think McMorgan was on the shelf for like 6 months. I want to say.
Now up to a 7 count.
God, just stomping him into the freaking concrete again.
Back in the ring.
Count of
Power
8.
Surge, no, not like this. Power Surge, get up.
9.
Power Surge, no.
Speaking of something like Louis.
10. And your winners via countout. Louis McDonald, D4C Trice, Legion. Louis proving to be the brutal asshole that he is. And Trice showing off why Earl King was not why Earl King. Why showing the fruits of his training, so to speak. And unfortunately, in their case, a win is a win, but that still doesn't mean it's right. Like, Louis was just ripping at the mask of Power Surge the entire time, as well as, like, on the outside, as well as those repeated stomps into the concrete. Hopefully, they get their comeuppance soon, but next up, ladies and gentlemen, we go into another C101 match for Block A. We have the superhero, our man, Daverman, going up against Scorpion, Jack Abbott, one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions. So here we have Jack Abbott and sitting at 4 points, as well as Daverman sitting at 6.
Right off the bat, Scorpion.
If Daverman picks up this win, he will be tied for first place with Zacho and Ginger Boy. But if Jack Abbott wins, he is tied for second with not only Daverman, but also Mad Jack.
Abbott needs to keep Daver from flying. Daverman.
So both men still viable in this tournament. Both men still have... They can rest a little easy if Ginger Boy or Zacho pick up a win, but they will not.
If he wants to win, that's what he's going to have to do.
But I mean, a win is a win, and 2 points can go a long way for the future. It doesn't matter if it's at the beginning, middle, or the end. Well, it matters in the end if you don't. Actually, no. It doesn't matter if it's the beginning, middle, or end. 2 points still can take you anywhere in this tournament. God, that would also close the gap. Because currently speaking, to put this into perspective, 8-0, who is at the bottom of the card, bottom of the rankings, as well as Ginger Boy, who's at the top, are only 4 points behind each other. Like, I don't know how this happened, but Warzone ended up becoming the most started tying Flashbang to be tying Block B to being one of the most competitive.
Well,
because at the moment, Block B is kind of fizzling out into their own rankings. There's a big deficit between the last person, Devin, and Jack Andrews, as we saw earlier. So it's still anybody's game. It's still anybody's ball game. At the very least for Block A. And I'm geeking out too much. I should be paying attention to this match. Although I am very surprised with seeing Daverman on the outside. Daverman being one of our premier high flyers. Jack Abbott definitely is one of the big submission one of the big submission masters.
Oh, it was a bad call.
Oh God, drop kick to the back of his leg though. Ooh, butterfly power bomb. God.
And what's this?
Oh, it looks like he's going in for that Scorpion's tail. Locked in.
Scorpion lock that Abbott, that Scorpion Boston Crab, I guess.
Scorpion Crab? No, that
doesn't work. I mean, they're both kind of.
Oh God, just raking at Daverman's face mask there, trying to rip it off. You're just telling him to get back up.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Oh God, kicking him straight in the sternum.
Another jawbreaker from Daverman and another drop kick.
And Jack Abbott wisely rolling out of the ring.
And now
hoping to kind of gain his own composure. Nope! Frick, elbow drop from the top rope from Daverman. High risk, high reward, rolling him up. Bam! Insecurity to the back of the head.
So I'm getting some.
And then going for another.
Our broadcast partner Michael Montoya.
Oh my God, Daverman is coming out in full force, then throwing him right into the ring post, right on the LEDs. I don't. Oh my God, that's right. I'm not sure what I would rather get hit by: the LEDs or the steel posts on Flashbang. Looks like Abbott's trying to regain his best, but Daverman's not letting him up for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like he's setting up for world's finest forearm. One, two, kicking right out of two is Jack Abbott.
That was going to be the end of it.
And he's going in for that headlock.
And now Daverman working, returning.
Surprised he hasn't done the little handstand thing that he usually does.
Again, it's a good move, but Daverman really needs to be playing his speed advantage.
Oh, ooh, nice little bit of chain wrestling there, picking him up into a sideways slam. Got that headlock and then swiftly transitioning into a headlock of his own, only to pick him up and slam him down. I keep forgetting that there's a lot of people who actually do try and do some forward chain wrestling in this in Warzone. Everyone either tries to stick to what they're good at. The high flyers fly. The brawlers just try and beat the ever living snot out of you. The more power, the more strength based people try and lift and toss people everywhere, and the strikers just go for the freaking heads. Strike him in the face, get them all dazed and confused. There it is. Headlock into that little handstand thing that he does, showing off that athleticism. We get it, G2 card. I'm kidding. It's impressive what Daverman can do. I don't know a lot of people who can do half of what he can.
Beautifully executed.
1, 2, kicking right out of 2.
Still not enough.
Whipping him into the corner. Finally hitting a good drop.
Yeah, I think though, like Jack Abbott. Jack Abbott is technically technically in a very low position here. Oh God, for busting his head on the map at no blood. My main thought is like, how much of this match is like, does Jack Abbott feel like is do or die? Or, like, how much of this is Daverman trying to keep his composure, trying to either... Because, like, one reckless move, especially for a high flyer, and that could mean devastating implications. One misstep could result into a major injury. Up and away, catching the knees. God, his abdomen is not feeling too great right now. That core is busted. And here we got some mixed martial arts strikes into the corner, knee strikes. Retching at that head, tossing him around. Going for that cover. 1. Kick it right out of 2. Oh, I just got caught in a yawn there, and I didn't want to have the yawn be contagious. Floating over into a DDT, those Daverman. And sorry, I just heard frickin'. Oh, look at Abbott here being all cheeky. Man, you are not in a position to gloat. Daverman is technically ranking above you right now. You don't, and you're kind of paying for it. Taunt to bodied, as they say. You do the taunting, and then the bodying comes right afterwards. Raking at him in the eyes, trying to lock in that scorpion's tail. Trying to gooch him right into the ring. Is Daverman gonna tap? He can't. Looks like he can't move to get the ropes, and he taps. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and currently tied for second place, the Scorpion, Jack Abbott. God, he is now currently not only tied with Daverman, but also Mad Jack. Jack Abbott just needs to win 2 more matches, and Ginger Boy and Zacho need to lose 1. And then Jack Abbott could be in the lead. And we'll just have to see what goes on right after the... we'll just have to see what happens later on in the night, because we do have Daggerick taking on Ginger Boy, as well as Janitor facing Zacho duo in the night's main event. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of a grudge match. Yeah, we got a bit of a grudge match that kind of started on social media. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Beowulf, going up against the Demon Sharkman, Karkaradon, being led to the ring by his teammates of the Brotherhoods of Pain, Sergeant Major Payne. And this only raises more questions for me. Like, I don't think it was a one-off. I actually think that Karkaradon and Sergeant Major Payne are in a team together. But that kind of leaves me with one question. Does that mean Karkaradon is officially in the, is he in Cloud 9 with the Funk and Sergeant Major Payne now? I mean, we have had instances where people have tag teamed with somebody, but they were one of their teammates was separate in a faction of their own. So it's possible. It's not impossible for Karkaradon to not join up with Cloud 9, but that doesn't mean that, you know, that Karkaradon can't be invited later on. I guess it's just a separate thing that Sergeant Major Payne is going to be doing. I would love to see these two team up, honestly. Karkaradon and Sergeant Major Payne have very complementing styles.
This has been a fast and furious match for 2 of our newer rivals, part of what has come to be called the Bad Batch.
Although I will say this though. Oh god, that roll through with the power bomb.
Vicious power bomb.
Very well executed by Karkaradon.
I would love to see these guys go up against somebody else besides rookies. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see like somebody like Late Hyrule go up against Karkaradon or Beowulf. I mean, hell, Beowulf against Cat would be kind of fun too. A big giant to help tell the tales. Also, that would be something to tell around your buddies. Hey guys, check this out. I just took down this big ass cat.
But this also shows what a threat Karkaradon.
And then a roll up power bomb of his own. Beowulf reciprocates. And it looks like he's got him up. Oh! Jeez!
Got that move earlier. They all have both of them have variations on
slams. Oh, big drop kick onto Beowulf.
Very similar wrestling styles, which makes
God, what is he? Seriously, what does he call that slam of his? I don't even know how to freaking call it.
It absolutely does. Stretching out Beowulf.
Stretching at the arm of Beowulf there.
Almost confused not having a clock in the corner.
Yep, there is no clock on this one.
And then a nice little hip toss.
It was a great flip by Beowulf, but it looks like it cost him a little on that arm.
And a deadlift. Ooh, freaking fall-away slam looks like. Beowulf pretty much being arguably the more successful out of all the rookies. I mean, this man was the one who kind of brought the Allfather to his... He almost beat the Allfather, albeit... Oh! I believe he calls that blood in the water. Oh, kicking right at it too, though. Looks like Carcaradon's kind of going up to the top. Is this feeding frenzy?
Are we gonna see it? We do!
Oh!
Megalodon impact!
Cause Megalodon impact roll up! Plain possum 2! Kicking right at it too. I was freaking. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna be shocked if freaking that is what put down Carcaradon. A roll up has been kind of tainted by other sources. Other, oh god, spinning back fist. Ugh. Shout out to Kingston.
I think he's just trying to recollect himself after that.
And Beowulf trying to re-strategize, trying to see what's going to put away the Shark Demon. Oh, and freaking Carcaradon just bounces right up and gives him a head scissors.
It was just a spinning frog splash. All right.
Bouncing Beowulf right off the ropes. Freaking Carcaradon's been the kind of outside of the Allfather, mostly because the Allfather is freaking terrifying. But outside the Allfather, Carcaradon so far has been the running powerbomb. But Carcaradon so far has been the one who's been outside of Allfather and Sergeant Major Payne has been the one who kind of give Beowulf the biggest hassle. Blood in the water hit, kick outs at 2. Oh, freaking snap German. And then going right up, slamming him down. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the man, the myth, the legend, Beowulf. And he quickly gets right out of the ring, celebrating, reveling in his victory as, I guess, feeling the bloodless Carcaradon attacks the referee. And that was a tremendous match, I'm not going to lie, but, like, it's a little poor. I understand that, like, after a match like that, especially after you had, Beowulf would have been down 3 times over, but no, he's just that much. He's just that resilient. He just kicked right out of it. That had to be frustrating, but that's still no reason to attack a referee like that. But speaking of Cloud9, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the Grand Master of Cloud9, ladies and gentlemen, Da Funk.
Hello, my babies! It is me, your Grandmaster Cloud9, Da Funk, bringing you the word of the Great Bull. Oh, babies. Now, I know there's a lot going on. I know people can ask you, hey, Da Funk, what is with Cloud9 and what's up with Blood Money? Well, let's address those. As you all know, Sergeant Major Payne. Oh, I love that, Bodie boy. He made the decision to enlighten himself and join Cloud9. Now, he's busy today. He has some business to take care of, so he can't join the funky one in the ring. But Blood Money, I was thinking, I got an idea. Hey, why don't you and me and Mr. Butler and the newest member of Cloud9 meeting some tag team action today, baby? What do you say? I bet I could convince Vince Aldini and the brass to let us have a match. Let's have a match. Hey, what do you think, my Scrooge-like friend? Because I have a new member of the Cloud9. I have a new person. I could be the Grandmaster too and help them realize their potential. So let's do this thing. What do you say, Mr. Magoo? Let's have a match. Bring your Hannibal Lecter wannabe buddy, and let's do this. Just take a few minutes out of the money bin. I'm sure Scrooge McDuck can keep an eye on it for you while we do this thing. While I show you how to get funky. I show you the lessons I've learned from the Great Bull. I will show you the way to Cloud9. And in the meantime, maybe you can learn something too. Babies, let's make this happen. I love you. Good night.
Defunct challenging Blood Money into a tag team match with Mr. Butler and Ugly Dunk with a mystery new member. Wonder who that's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely not gonna be Carcardo. I mean, he just had a match and he's probably gonna be suspended for a couple of weeks after attacking that referee. But this next bit, I will come with a bit of a warning. This does show a bit over the top violence that we here at MNW are not shy of putting on, but I'm still going to be putting up as a little uncalled for, and I'm still going to be putting up a trigger warning because, ladies and gentlemen, we had
Wilson.
We cut back
attacking Papusa Monkey.
We cut back to the back with Wilson attacking Papusa, and this was coming right after Wilson warned Papusa Monkey to stay out of his business.
With some startling revelations, and when
So,
Wilson came to the ring, he
yeah,
mentioned for Papusa
the
to stand
warning
up and say, "Oh, knock through the table."
has
Oh,
turned
my God.
into an actual
This is
threat.
not the Wilson that we are used to seeing. This,
Like,
This
I'm not
is
gonna
a
lie.
funny joke
I mean,
man
we're
move,
used to
and this
Wilson
is
being this loud,
making it
boisterous,
making good on his
saying,
threat.
yeah, I'm gonna get you,
Papusa's fighting-
But
oh,
this is him actually
Wilson
doing the work,
You know what?
essentially, which is
I saw a
kind
lot
of
things with this Wilson, no matter what, is
ironic,
never this brutal.
given his last moniker.
oh my gosh.
And just
no,
laying down those chair shots onto Papusa.
I thought,
Ugh.
I don't like how he's landing on his leg.
God,
Where- that
Papusa's
was
like not
security.
even moving at this point. He's
Willis,
just
get security
continuously
back there.
going more and more at it.
And bringing him out. Okay,
Yeah,
Papusa fighting
I'm glad
back,
that
but
my
God.
office is like in a little bungalow.
All right, looks like
Away
Papusa's
from
got
these-
Wilson on the
away
ropes.
from all of this.
Oh, slamming. All right, this. Oh,
Praise
never
be the
mind.
bungalow.
Wilson is- Yeah,
Because
security.
if my office was anywhere near the arena, I would be very upset if they kind of broke right in and started
Alright.
fighting in here.
Got two of our wrestlers fighting. Clearly, what?
So here we have
Wilson's
Papusa trying to
getting
get
too
a
close.
little bit of offense in, trying to fight
No,
back,
that's
as it
not-
were.
Apparently, whatever Papusa
Picking
was
him
looking
right.
into, he found
Although
something out.
Wilson just floats
We
right
know
on
he
over
discovered
though and
that tech thanks to
scratches
Zach
at
O'Duo,
freaking Papusa's
Written
eyes.
by VIP to Maximilian Thunderthighs before that controversial match. But we also know that according to Papusa,
Oh
Max
god,
never
we're gonna have to cut.
cashed
We're gonna have to cut
check.
away for now because, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much more show to go
That's
through,
right, we got
and this
evidence
is
that it
just
was never, in fact, cast.
this is just getting to be
Yet
more and more
Maximilian
brutal as the
Thunderthighs
day goes
shortly
on.
thereafter
Like,
joined VIP.
oh, I gotta play the rest.
Oh,
I gotta play the
bouncing them off
rest of
all
it.
that
Oh
stage
no.
equipment,
Okay,
all those boxes.
Phyllis, why you do this to me? I thought we were friends.
This is a level
And
of brutality.
oh god, the spine buster onto the
assaulting
concrete
Papusa Monkey.
spine onto the freaking hard ass floor.
Yep. Slamming him
Right
Oh,
into the
guys,
electrical box.
not the electrical
That's-
box, man. Please don't,
Again,
please
that's
don't,
hard
please
metal, and
don't.
He threw him against the edge of that, and again,
Send him back towards it.
Is he trying to freaking electrocute
Oh, he's
Papusa?
planning something.
Hold up.
and into the edges
He keeps
of that box
hitting
again.
him right into the. Oh no.
Oh,
No, 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 no. Wilson, don't do
Wilson,
it.
No,
No.
God, Wilson, no! Oh my God, no!
Oh god, Papusa just got thrown right into the freaking electrical box. Oh,
Okay, attack with security.
ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the excessive violence that's being on display here, but oh my. And he's going for another chair. He proved his points, but he continues to try and put down the PI. I get about sending a message, but this is excessive.
Never in all my years in this business.
God, what's it gonna take for Wilson to be satisfied?
All right, finally,
Seriously,
mounting a
what's
bit
it gonna
of
take?
a offense, or
Because I just
don't know how he's still able to get any sort of defense.
this, like I said, this is way too excessive. This is way too much, honestly speaking.
and it's just this has just been all-out assault. I think the only thing we can be thankful for is it's only Wilson.
Like, I was surprised Papusa is up and ready to fight after getting damn near, like, he could have had a freaking heart attack right then and there. I'm not sure how on in years Papusa is, but that much electric. Oh, and then a low blow. Come on.
Oh, man.
Seriously, this also proves that our security team is not great.
Brutal.
I'm just saying that this just proves that our security team is just kind of bupkis.
Still not done with him.
It's not the greatest, like, whatsoever. I mean, we had a bunch of people, backstage people, get attacked back in 2019. They did nothing.
That's one.
I'm surprised that we even have those guys employed. But then again, I've seen half of our security force. None of them could really hold a candle to some of our more premier athletes. Oh, well, at least the ambulance is here.
Well, it's a good thing there's that ambulance here. We're going to need one.
Yeah, I
So,
think
yeah.
Where's the medical staff? Where's the security?
And just Wilson tossing Papusa more and more. God, how much is going to be enough for Wilson? How much is going to be enough to send this silly message of his?
Yeah, somebody
Oh, God, no, not the Audi. Not the Audi, Wilson. Papusa breaking right out of it.
Wilson.
Tossing Wilson himself.
One of the security guards is reporting in he ran because there was a crazy look in Wilson's eye.
Tossing him near that barricade. I hope to God he's not going to try to hurt that car over there. Because, I mean, yeah, we haven't had as much car problems at the very least in the backstage area for a long ass time. But I'm just saying, I'm so glad I parked my trucks elsewhere. I remember that fight between Johan and frickin' Gorm back in 2019. I can't forget it. Oh God, no. No, 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 no.
I mean, the red number next to it's mine, but
Picking him up. And just, oh God. Spine meeting the top of the frickin' hood. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for showing that footage to its entirety. But, oh. That was just way too much that was just way too much excessive violence. And this is a guy, and this is me. This is a guy who enjoys himself a hardcore match or two. On social media from Sage, from the Omni Geek, yeah, we at the very least he didn't go through the windshield. Yeah, at least he doesn't have to dig glass out of his back, which he's wearing a shirt, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, again, it's a good thing that he didn't have to do that. But we will progress into the night because we have another C101 match to go through. Ladies and gentlemen, we have representing the Three Kings, Ginger Boy, going up against the Nexus Warpgate Hardcore Champion, the Dagger, Daggerick. Now, currently speaking, Daggerick has 4 points, is tied for third with Lady Boots, the Janitor, Madness, and officially 8-0. If Daggerick wins, he gets moved to the tie for second place turns into a 4-way tie with the aforementioned, mentioned earlier, Daverman, Mad Jack, and now Jack Abbott. But if Ginger Boy wins, he submits his lead to 10 points.
oh, sit down, reverse powerbomb.
And God, there's not. we got essentially two of the best brawlers that we have on Warzone. I mean, Ginger Boy has a lot more technical aspect to his game, being a primarily submission user first, brawler second. And Dagrick has a lot of high-flying aspects to him that a lot of people just forget about. I know I don't shut up about it, but still. There we go. Top rope. Oh, God. Looks like that was a Samoan drop. I just trapping in between his freaking thighs, though, crushing at his ribs. See, I know Dagrick is the hardcore champion, but you also got to think that he has to have known the legends of Ginger Boy, of do not make him bleed, for the love of God. I'm hoping that if any of the competitors listen to this, they know and understand for the next 3 rounds, if you're facing Ginger Boy, do not make him bleed. If you do, your life is officially forfeit. Oh, God, just raking at his freaking skull. Big boot to the freaking cranium. So we saw that bust open Jack Andrews back on Block B on Flashbang. But, oh, here's that Dwarven War Dance again. Into that Snapmare. Oh, and Ginger Boy catching him into a roll-up. 1. Kick out at 1. The most powerful move in all of sports entertainment does not put down the dagger this day.
Ginger Boy over the ropes.
Phil is saying the audio issue should be fixed now.
Excellent.
Got the dagger, taking it to Ginger Boy on the outside, just bashing his head into the freaking apron. I'm not gonna lie, with all these headshots, I think Dagrick was actually trying to bust open Gingy, trying to like bring out that side of him.
I was going to say hello.
You don't, but it doesn't matter who you are, champion, not a champion, undefeated or not, never bust open the Mad Lad. I will never shut up about that, because it is it's a big fucking warning. That's little fireman's carry, just freaking hanging Dagrick out on the ropes.
And then just legs into the chest.
Oh, God, just working his freaking abs there. Oh, God, big face buster onto the mat. Yeah, he's targeting the head mostly. I mean, you're more than likely to bust somebody open in the head than in any part of the body from, at the very least, what we've seen in wrestling. Although I have seen someone take a spot where they get their back scratched at and they got freaking busted there. Oh, going for a calf crusher here. Yeah, like, we have seen more times than not in a professional wrestling setting that the head is kind of the weakest part. Yeah, you got... Yeah, you got, like, people who can, like, destroy somebody's arm and whatnot, but when it comes to, like, busting people open, those who go for the head know what they're doing. Yeah, I also know that, like, I mean, also, he's probably trying to get that head weakened for the Dwarven Buster to come later. But, yeah, yeah, he's squeezing back at the ribs.
And Ginger Boy again needing to get out of that predicament. Dagrick deciding he's done with that, wants to move on to something else. Wouldn't surprise me if that finally just works or drops to sleep.
This match can go either way, honestly. Excuse me. Yeah, this match can go about either way. Oh, looks like Gingy finally busted open Dag. Although Dagrick bleeding in a match is kind of typical. It's never a matter of if, always a matter of when. And Ginger Boy trapping Dagger himself.
Around the head of the Dagger. Oh,
Just flipping him around.
You know, the other person likes this move. Bad Jack.
Moving about the ring.
Yeah, just posing for the cameras. Kind of getting a little cheeky there. Ginger, you should probably be focusing on trying to pick up that win instead of trying to pose for the cameras, essentially.
Middle of the ring.
Here we go.
Look, we get it. You have a nice freaking fit body. But you need to focus.
Press.
Going after that wounded forehead of the
Although the leg strength on that man has got to be freaking tremendous to lift up Dagger like that. It just toss him around.
One,
Go for that cover.
two, and a kick out at 2.
Yeah, Ginger's been actually going for a lot of covers in this match. Not gonna lie.
This match has been going on over 8 minutes. Getting close to the halfway point on the clock.
And then here we have a freaking we got a crossface, but Dagger's elbow is right under the rope.
That was going to be it.
Broke out.
Dagrick now.
Picking him up. Oh, it looks like he was trying to go for that Dwarven driver, but Gingy breaks out of it.
Grudges, but denied by Ginger Boy.
And
Again with that,
full face buster right there.
Bulldog.
God, Dagrick's face caked in blood. The chest coated as well.
And lifting him up.
God, this has turned into a bloody freaking contest.
Book of grudges.
1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, moving it up to the second place, is Dagarick. So, he is now officially tied for second with Daverman Majak and Jack Abbott.
That is the second.
Man, this is the second loss in a row that Ginger Boy has had. If he loses one more match, that could spell doom for the rest, like for his run. Because we have Zacho still up at the top with him, as well as Daverman, as well as those 4 who were previously listed, tied for second. Either of them get 1 win. Gingy gets 1 loss, and they are all tied up. So Block A is getting more and more exciting as the freaking rounds go by, and we only have 3 rounds left after this. We only have 3 matches, and I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Ginger Boy versus Aiden at round 9. I want to see what happens there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But until then, we still have 2 more matches of the C101, as well as this promo from the Sith Lord, Exar Kun.
Greetings, Multiverse. I am Exar Kun, for those who are behind the times. And I am not only a Sith Lord, I am the master and teacher of King. And we haven't been here for a while, so I thought I'd come out and give you, well, an update on my apprentice and how he is doing. And let me tell you, King is doing amazing work under my guidance. I believe the term you people would use is, he is about to rock your world. He is looking for opportunities, and might I say, when people throw out those opportunities, say, open challenges, offers to fight, you're just inviting a Sith apprentice to step up and show what he has learned. So, perhaps those of you throwing your hat in particular rings might want to step back, lest my apprentice show you the face of your fears. For together we have much to do. We will break Warzone's chains, and we will set you all free. Look for our coming when you least expect it.
Exar-kun pretty much putting the entirety of the roster on notice. And I believe he mentioned something about entering Kane for the Big Oof title open challenge. That is going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie, that's going to be very, very interesting come the day. Come later on. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have Cloud9 taking on Blood Money coming up next. And here we have Blood Money with Ugly Dunk and Mr. Butler. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that Uncle's didn't make knocking out Kirishima do it. And then the Grandmaster of Cloud9 there, Defunk, with his tag partner Ignacio Cervantes, the social outcast. Now new member of Cloud9. Cloud9 officially becoming a trio.
Defunk tried to recruit Nakano Kirishima into Cloud9.
But yeah, so we officially have a 3 versus 3 contest coming when it comes to Blood Money and Cloud9 now. And I'm not gonna lie, with everything that Defunct's been doing, I'm surprised that the biggest one to the biggest, I guess, what you call it, roadblock has been with Uncle Dunk.
You know, I hate to say it, but I gotta go with the funk. The funky one.
Because you figure I don't know, Raphael Sampson would have probably said something back when a while back, but no,
I just don't know if you can
nothing.
That funk.
Yeah, I mean,
Then again,
speaking of the Great Bull, people have been trying to reach out.
I think Raphael was trying to move on to bigger and better things, especially when it comes to the possibility of a cult in his. I mean, not gonna lie, I would try to avoid that with the frickin' 20-foot pole, but that's just me.
Back and forth between Defunk and Uncle Dunk. Oh, Uncle's setting up for.
Here we go. Setting up for the Midas punch. Square onto the helmet of Defunk. 1, 2, kicking right out at 2.5.
Punch knocking down Uncle Dunk.
And I just got word, ladies and gentlemen, that we have some special videos coming up later on in the night once we finish up with Warzone as we talk about the Nexus. Voting does, just as a reminder, voting does end this Saturday, I believe. Phyllis anyone can definitely come and check me on that one, because I want to say it's this Saturday. Probably at around midnight or something. Oh, we got Defunk just talking. Oh, geez, looks like he's setting it up. And then lift him up. And to the wiggle. The most devastating submission in all of MNW for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Your winners, Defunk, Ignacio, Cloud9. And I am not. God, this match was all Defunk. This match was all Defunk and freaking Uncle. I don't think Mr. Butler or Ignacio got tagged in once this entire match. And I guess that this is just Defunk showing Ignacio, this could be you. This is everything that I can. This is everything that I can offer that could be yours. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but oh boy. So yeah, I mean, as mentioned previously, Ignacio Cervantes is officially in Cloud9, and Carcardon, however, his is still up in the air right now. I don't know what's going to be going on with him in the future, but I'm very eager personally speaking. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have our last in-ring promo segment of the evening. Well, less of a promo and more of a medical update from Dr. Caliban.
Good afternoon, Multiverse. For those who don't know, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Vincent Vladimir Caliban, MD, PhD, MAD. And I want to add a bit of an update to the condition of my patient, Mr. Vinsmoke Sanji. As you just heard in his social media post, he's doing quite well on the physical front. But there are still some pesky remnants of the parasite in him. But fear not, gentlefolk, for his salvation is at hand. We have set up this match. A match which I assure you will push Mr. Sanji to the limits and will, win or lose, purge the parasitic entity from his being. And we will have created a medical miracle. Now, of course, I would be remiss if I did not address some comments recently made by my fellow scientist, one Dr. Victor Grimm. So, Victor, yes, we have our truce, and I don't feel I've violated it.
Hey, listen!
Our truce is about delving into those secrets that you and I both know exist in the multiverse. And yes, that's an issue completely separate from my medical care of Mr. Sanji, regardless if the parasite was one of your making or not. I'm simply caring for another human being, as befits my Hippocratic oath. So let me say this, Victor. I will not be the one violating our truce. Question.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. There was something up with the feed. So, essentially speaking, Dr. Caliban was given a bit of a medical update for Vinsmoke Sanji. He is doing very well. Good. That is good to hear. And as well as trying to tell another Victor, Dr. Grimm, that he's just doing his part. He's just doing his job. So, what this is going to go, how this is going to end up for the future, I have no idea. That is something that I'm personally not looking forward to, because those are two highly intelligent, highly dangerous individuals, and I do not want to get in anywhere near that. Anyway, so coming up next, we got two more matches. We have the last two C101 matchups. We have one third of the Trios champions, Mad Jack, as well as the Nexus Titan champion, Lady Boots. We got the main event, Mistress versus the Pumpkin King. And with Mad Jack's loss earlier on in the last week, and actually I think Lady Boots lost as well. Both of these individuals definitely need this win, especially with Lady Boots teasing to be person number 5 in second place. But if Mad Jack wins, he will be tied for first. So yeah, a lot writing in on this. Mathematically speaking, both of these individuals, both Mad Jack and Boots, are viable to win the entire tournament. But I mean, like I mentioned previously, 2 points is 2 points, and you definitely need to get yourself closer to the top of the board.
The interesting thing when you think about it, despite very different eras, they have very similar styles.
But yeah, also, just for the freaking Caliban promo, I don't know what those noises were, nor what the,
Oh, head scissors takedown.
what that freaking breaking up was, and some sort of like technical difficulty when upon the rendering, I guess.
Boot to the face.
Because last time I saw it, the freaking video was fine. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Back and forth now. This shows
Anyway, back
what
into the match.
a interesting matchup this is going to be. Mad Jack, you know,
Going in for the
back up,
big
forcing to have
curb
Lady Boots
stomp
going
right
crazy
onto the main
for
event
a
mistress.
mistake. She would love to be the first two-belt
God.
champion in MNW.
Oh yeah, something Aldini mentioned just now, actually kind of like rung a
Female singles title.
is
Another reminder, folks, get those votes in.
kind
If
of
you
swimming,
haven't yet,
it kind
you're
of like
allowed
was
to vote for both
swimming
shows.
through my mind most of the weekend. If Lady Boots
And Mad Jack
does
bringing it
win
to
the
her,
tournament
now that
and
he's
goes
got her
on
the
to
ground,
go
taking
into a
advantage.
title picture with either Zako Duo or Victor Vicious,
Squeezing while
she
down
would
on
be
her.
the first, not only doubles champion, but she would be the first women's world champion in MNW.
Fake out and then
Now,
foot.
previously, like, there have been previous women's world champions across other promotions, and as well as,
Gonna say that foot swipe. I
but in
can't think of somebody
MNW,
more
she would be the
disrespectful
first to
than
have the
Lady
top
Boots.
prize.
And the
So
knee,
yeah,
front
the
foot
first
knee,
double
elbow in the back of
and the
knee,
first
gonna pin
first
and
ladies
call.
champion, that would just
One,
be,
two.
oh god, that would probably feed her a lot more. In terms of, I mean, not only clout but also vindication,
Didn't seem to
especially
appreciate
with
that, but Mad Jack
previously
knee to
stated
the
in a
face.
previous call-out episode with their lawyer,
Mad
I
Jack
believe
just
Mr.
pouring on
Taylor.
offense against
They
Boots.
she mentioned that she was frustrated
Working on
only
finally
being
realizing he's
assigned
got
as a
one of those legs
valet,
that's
as
gonna
a
have
manager,
the best opportunity
not
to
wanting,
move forward
not being allowed to
2-1-0-1.
compete up until recently.
Whip to the corner and almost countered by Lady Boots. But
Here's the thing,
around
I,
the world.
Mr. Sir Straw Hat, I see what you put there. Now I'm not saying to hold gold. I'm saying singles world championship gold.
Jinx.
There is a difference.
And going for the pinfall. 1, 2.
But
and
yes,
kick out again
like mentioned earlier,
by the Lady of
from starting
Conquest.
off being forced to be a manager up until recently, and she has let that be known that she was not to be underestimated. I mean, she's the Nexus Titan champion for a reason. That belt is specifically for those who put on some of the best matches that MNW can produce. I mean, like, holding that belt pretty much
Now Mad
just
Jack laughing and mocking.
would be vindication in itself, but holding that and the MNW World Championship, that
Keeping
would be
offense up on her. Now just
a
punching her
major,
chest. Lady Boots gets a reversal.
that would pretty much prove her point and then some,
Okay, gets
to say the
Mad
least.
Jack on the
As well as,
ground,
I mean, Mad Jack would probably go for Zako Duo,
punching
given
her.
their history, because, I mean, Zako has never beaten Mad Jack once their entire, since they have been in MNW. So he would probably pick Zako's MNW championship just because he felt like it would be easier. And Mad Jack saying he's got 2 words for people and doing a little shake.
I understand she's down, but I still think that was.
Of course, not taking this at all serious.
Yeah, the bloodline has long memories. That's all I'm saying. And bringing her up again, Again, working over
Yeah,
the
here we
head.
see that leg hold used once again, a bit more
Oh, and this we saw this
cheekily
earlier
with
Ginger
Mad
Boy
Jack
and
instead of
Bagrick.
Ginger
Now
Boy.
we're seeing Mad Jack using it on Boots.
I swear, only
All
the,
I
like
can
the
say is
people
I'm so
who are
happy
like
he
the
has
major
credit
show
tracking
offs
box
try and
on
use
her.
this.
Yeah, it's counter blessings there.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun. It's fun to watch and it's fun to experience, but this has to be frustrating for those who have to be locked into the hold, especially like for
And-
Boots.
Wait a minute.
But Boots' history of feeling humiliated. Oh, roll up, roll up. 1, 2. Oh, that was a close one. That was close. That was 2.999. Lady Boots almost succumbed to the most powerful move in all of sports entertainment.
Working that leg. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. She's setting up. Oh, I think I know what we're going to see here, ladies.
And here we go. Clint Eastwood.
It was a
Straight to the frickin'
right to Mad
dome.
Jack's face. Going immediately for the pin.
1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the main event mistress, Lady Boots. This pulls her up
Lady of Conquest
to
against
a
Mad
5-way tie for second place at 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. And this is getting closer and closer by the rounds. It is fascinating to say the least, and this is getting exciting. Like in the beginning, though, at least for the Block A side of things were a bit more one-sided, but not one-sided. Things were getting a little. People were trying to find their bearings in the entire. Things were getting to be like people were kind of feeling each other out and whatnot. But at round 4, people started getting on their A game, and especially with like I'm just gonna read off the current standings as of right now before we get to the main event. We have Ginger Boy and Zacho tied for first place with 8 points. Daverman, Mad Jack, Lady Boots, Daggerick, and Jack Abbott tied for second with 6. And then tied for third, Janitor, Madness, and Aiden 0 with 4. If that doesn't spell competitive out, I don't know what does. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our main event for Warzone. One more C101 match. We have the Janitor going up against the MNW champion, Zacho Duo. If Zacho wins, he reigns his lead in at 10 points. But if the Janitor wins, that 5-way tie for second place turns into a 6-way tie. That was a lot of words I just said. Apologies. Like mentioned earlier, I have to drink all this stuff for my health. Ugh. Being healthy sucks. Anyway, we got Zacho Duo, the ace, just retching out the arm there on the Janitor and just dropping a fist square on the Janitor's head. Yeah. Like mentioned previously, just so much writing on this match. A chance for the Janitor to go up into second place, to be just shy behind Zacho and Ginger Boy. And Zacho pretty much going to be not the undisputed leader, but getting himself further and further away from people, from at the very least, Janitor, Madness, and Aiden. Now, after this, we do have 3 more. We have 3 more rounds to go through. If Zacho loses here and loses next week, then that means Aiden still has it. Aiden and Madness and the Janitor. Actually, no. It would still mean Madness and Aiden would still have a chance.
Not too new anymore, though. After these attacks,
it's seen some rough road here in C101.
So, not only is the Janitor trying to win for himself, but it looks like he's also trying to win for the other people in his block.
Maybe a little jealous that.
Also, the final freaking card, if the Janitor wins, would just be so freaking interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
People have embraced the Janitor since his return and his new outlook on life.
Oh yeah, another fact that Aldini mentioned in the show proper, that the Janitor and Zacho Duo never faced off until now. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to check that with Carla, just to see if that's legit, but That's kind of crazy to me that these two have never faced off before.
And storied history in MNW.
Like with everything either man have gone through, Probunaga going like with the Janitor's previous feuds with, say, the Faces of Fear and as well as Omega Club. I mean, Zako's even as a tag team, I'm surprised. It just goes to show you, even when the old guard are still here, they're still proving themselves and trying to show us something new. That's the wrong wordage.
Again, the back that makes sense.
I'm fucked. I don't know what I'm on about. Anyway, but still, you think you see everything in the multiverse, but nope.
Just a one count. It's way too early to get more on the gender, but every pinfall does cause your opponent to use up some energy.
And we got Zako here dragging the Janitor onto the ropes, getting slingshotted right off of it.
This match's time limit. And Zako, I don't even think he's trying to. He's just taunting.
Lifting him up.
Taunting, or he's just
And just
measuring
stretching him out.
right now. They have, as we said, they have not fought, if at all, in a long time, if not at all.
That is stretching out that arm, just wearing down the Janitor, trying to catch some form of breath, exhaust. I'm not.
Zako
Really?
wasn't on the Janitor's radar back in the day, and vice versa.
Oh, there it goes. Apologies for that. Apologies for that, folks. My audio software kind of reset itself. It does that every 6 hours. Somebody was using my desk earlier. But yeah, looks like we have the Janitor here in full control of this match. Not sure if that like cut the audio, but it at the very least cut my frickin' mic audio. So yeah, once again, I do apologize for that. Just something I can't help personally. But it looks like Janitor's going in for that cover, kicking right out at two is the champion.
And again, elbow to the head, knowing he's got a little
He is, and then freaking just trying to press down his freaking foot right into Zako's abdomen. Oh god. That's one thing about you have people who like people who know how to use their weight to their own advantage are freaking dangerous. Oh god. Especially like when they can just like shift it all the way down into you, or at the very least like pack their punch with all that weight behind them. Like it's reason why you got like guys like the O-Lods. They know how to throw their weight around, and it is dangerous to say the least. Have you ever gotten splashed by a freaking Sasquatch wing? I don't recommend it. It's not great. And then double underhook into a freaking DDT.
A bit of a DDT from Zako Duo on the Janitor.
Yep, putting the DDT on the Janitor.
Kicking right out at two is freaking Janitor though.
The Janitor is the DDT mastery. I mean, he wouldn't be out of the tournament, but he'd have a.
And here we see them brawling on the outside. Freaking Janitor fighting back.
And we are now we have passed the 10-minute mark, Pete, by the way. That's the other thing.
Back in the ring.
I mean, these two, as skilled as they are, if this went to our first Block A tie, I wouldn't be surprised.
It certainly would be the pair to do.
Bouncing off the ropes and then catching Janitor into a freaking jawbreaker. And then that running knee, going for that cover. 1, 2, kicking right out of 2.
Under 9 minutes now.
And with that clock ticking down, Zako Duo aware of it. And again, I don't think, well, I know neither man's going to be satisfied with only getting 1 point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like previously mentioned though, this could end in a draw where Zako Duo could still be reigning with could still reign up top with 9 points, but that would kind of spell bad things for the Janitor, for he would be by his lonesome in third with only 5. Also, Block A has had this nice little even spread, whereas Block B, it's all over the place. There has not been a match that has ended in a draw for this entire block, for at the very least for Block A. So yeah, this could not only put that break that mold, but it would help Zacho. Would help Zacho that much more, so to speak.
Less than 8 minutes on the clock. Oh, and now the Janitor is busted open.
And now we got Janitor busted open, going for that cover 2, kicking right at 2.5.
His regular moves, but bringing up the Janitor, working him over
Not
again.
sure if, testing out
So
any
you think that if Zacho wins, at the very least, wins the entire C101, that he would pick his opponent, or would he try and go for Victor Vicious's World Heavyweight title? I'd like to have you guys sound it off in the chat. What do you guys think that Zacho would do if he won? As well as anybody who's watching this on YouTube, please sound it off in the comments if you like this sort of thing. Sound off in the comments. What do you think Zacho should do in the events that he wins the entire tournament? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think Janitor would try and go for Zacho to try and regain his heavyweight title. Oh god, boxing blows, just tossing the ace right onto the middle of the mat. I think Zacho's only had the 1 loss in this entire tournament, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that loss to Mad Jack. Everything else he's handily won. Even against Lady Boots, where I think that was like one of the more serious contests that he's been in outside of Mad Jack, and he just took it to her. Here we have a couple of grapples being dodged. Oh, just dragging Zacho back into the ring. Oh, putting him up to the top. What's he got planned here? Oh. Oh no, Janitor. What are you doing? Top rope Spanish fly. Going for that cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and joining the tie for second place, the Janitor. He's awarded 2 more points. And that 5-way is officially a 6-way. At the end of round 6 and round 5, ladies and gentlemen, here are your official rankings. For Block A, we have Zacho and Ginger Boy at first place with 8 points. Daverman, Janitor, Lady Boots, Daggerick, Jack Abbott, and Mad Jack with 6. Then we have for third place, Madness and Aiden 0. Over on Block B in first place, we have Jack Andrews with 9 points. Victor Vicious and Suicide Gemini sitting pretty at 7. Brawl Kaiser, Graven, and Semjax tied for third with 5. Zericus by his lonesome in fourth with 4 points. Kind of aptly named, actually. And then Michael Macabre, Kuso Kale tied for 5th. And unfortunately, Devin, he is sitting by his lonesome in 6th place. That is not the place to be, ladies and gentlemen. Devin is close to being put into spoiler territory. He needs to win 1 match, and he needs Andrews to lose, because they have 4 more rounds to go as we get into round 6 on their side. Now, over on Block A, it's anybody's game, and that's what makes this so frickin' fantastic. But before we wrap up, we will get into who is going after whom in round 6 and 7 respectively. So over on block B, round 6 begins with Semjax taking on Michael Macabre. We have the World Heavyweight Champion Victor Vicious going up against Suicide Gemini. Then we have Zerakis taking on Brawl Kaiser. We have the man that's in the lead right now, Jack Andrews, taking on Kuso Kale, as well as Devin takes on Graven Allen. If Graven wants to meet where Gemini and Vicious are, he needs to win. But here's the interesting thing, though. Victor Vicious and Suicide Gemini are both sitting at second place. If either of them win, they can get moved up to first. As frickin' Andrews loses to Kuso Kale, I mean, he's sitting in a comfortable position, but he still probably wants to extend his lead a little bit. But this is kind of one of the biggest this is a last. I'm not saying this is a last-ditch effort for Kuso. Mathematically speaking, she's still in this, but this is still part of it. This is still a very high-stress situation for her. We got Jack Andrews and then Graven and Devin. I mean, well, like I mentioned earlier. Him and Devin are in a very interesting position, at the very least for round 6 on block B. Don't see that the round 7 matchups have been posted, but still though, like, it's still anybody's game. There we are. Thank you, Phyllis. Anyway, so for round 7 we have Jack Abbott versus Daggerick. Got Daverman taking on Aiden Zero. The Janitor takes on Lady Boots. Madness takes on Mad Jack. Battle of the Mads once more. And as well as Ginger Boy takes on Zaco Duo. My God. Oh, God, this is amazing. Zaco and Ginger Boy. Let's start with that one real quick. Let's start with the most obvious one there. Zaco versus Ginger Boy. If either man winning submits their lead, as well as even in the event of a tie, they're both still tied for first. The only bad thing that can happen is if either of them lose. See here, let's look, and then we have. Okay, we got Daverman versus Aiden Zero. If Aiden wins, he gets shot to second place as well. Turning that 6-way into a 7-way. As well as if the Madness beats Majak. But if Majak wins, he's still going to be able to tie with Zaco and Ginger Boy, getting back to the top spot. Janitor and Lady Boots. I mean, both of these individuals are tied for second with 6 points. So they're kind of in the same boat as Majak right now. So, like I said, there is so much that we can speculate on, so much that we could talk about. I could sit here all day, but I don't have much time, unfortunately. But we will be getting in, as we have wrapped up Warzone, we will be getting into the Warzone moment of the week.
It's Wilson attacking Papusa Monkey. Last week, Papusa Monkey came. Papusa Monkey came to the ring talking about investigating what's happening with Maximilian Thunder Thighs and VIP, with some startling revelations. And when Wilson came to the ring, he mentioned for Papusa to stay out of his business and not through the table. Oh my God.
This is not the Wilson that we're used to seeing.
No, this is not the funny joke man we used to have. This Wilson is taking it to Papusa, making good on his threat. Papusa's fighting. And Wilson, you know what? I've seen a lot of things from Wilson. This Wilson, no matter what, was never this brutal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. That... Oh, all right. I don't like how he landed on his leg. Where the hell is security? Phyllis, get security back there. And bringing him out. Okay, Papusa fighting back. Come on. All right, looks like Papusa's got Wilson on the ropes. Oh, slamming. All right, this is. Oh, never mind. Wilson is. Where is security? All right, all right. We got two of our wrestlers fighting. All right, clearly what Papusa was getting too close. We know last week.
Wilson's shocking attack to Papusa is your moment of the week. Unfortunately, I'm not replaying the freaking thing where he gets shot into the freaking box again. If you want to freaking watch that again, go back in the VOD. Or when this gets up on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Just rewind it if you want to watch that again. I'm not playing that again. That's way too much violence. But hey, that is Warzone. That is Warzone for this week. As well as that is Firing Line. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you all. I appreciate it immensely. And please tune in to twitch.tv/Dr. Caliban for MNW Warzone Saturdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as well as wait a minute. I did it again, didn't I? Son of a bitch. Well, to go along with Wilson's attack being the moment of the week, ladies and gentlemen, your Warzone promo of the week, before we wrap up here. You know what? I'm kind of glad that we saved this one for last, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm technically breaking a rule here, but you know what? This needs to be said. This needs to be shown off again, because this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is shocking, to say the least. Ladies and gentlemen, the Warzone promo of the week. Seriously? Thanks, OBS. Okay, hang on. I got the fix here. I got the fix right here. Hold up. Okay. There we go.
Sending VIP to the local children's hospital straight to Big Champion of the World!
Fuck them kids.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Firing Line. I am your host, Joe Mojo. Please tune in back to next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But tune in to MNW Warzone Saturdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Dr._Caliban. And of course, tomorrow for Friday Night Flashbang at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco. I am very energetic because I'm still shocked. It's been a week, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm still shocked he said that. How? And why? Damn you, Aussie. Anyway, this has been Firing Line. I'm Joe Mojo, and I am signing out.
Greetings, Multiverse. I am Dr. Vincent Vladimir Caliban, mad scientist, master criminal, and leader of House Caliban. If you enjoyed the video you just saw, please, I invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's the proper thing to do.